Introducing Pubcoin. Pubcoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into Pubcoins. Pubcoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here, oh, look at Nutwash Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Can. Kenny Can wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donuts Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoking Mirrors, Director 97 home. That is way. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado custodian, Billy Friedrich, Joe's one all coming down to the finish.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the corporate Peter Low Shack, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a dawn. Father young phenom, known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, and we all PSR, Pub Sports Radio is all. Is a man named Slaughter, and he flipped the script. No competition in this but they quit the trip. Though we say we be pubbing, betting with the bag and you love it. You want a top 10, we above it. Let's check.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday, July 30th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Massive afternoon MLB card for us to attack. We got Wine Time Sports. Jose Bouquet joining us to break down the MLB action. And then we look to keep rolling WNBA. 9 straight winners, 2-0 last night in WNBA. I was not comfortable going up against everybody in the Mystics Sky game. But it was comfortable joining everybody on the Aces. That was a spectacular work. Also, Justin got me off fading the Valkyries again, but I continued to fade the Sky. I'm just trying to keep things really simple. In WNBA, and I believe I have my 10th straight winner on the card here. Great to see all of you guys. So yesterday was a tricky day in MLB, 5-5 with 3 pushes. But we went 2-0 in WNBA, so we secured our 6th winning day of our last 7 days. And the only non-winning day was a 2-2 day where I just lost a tiny little bit of VIG. That was Monday. So we are rolling here. We are rolling. We got a game popping off in 30 short minutes that we will be attacking here shortly. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm excited to attack Justin Mcelvy on Vladdy Guerrero and the Atlanta Dream team total over. Let's get that all copied and pasted. A Gorky in the house. TFO, Phils, Ogier, and Aliasimi money line. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And then on the WTA's got Pagula, Ostapenko, and Raducanu. 414 Bub says nobody likes Toronto today. You're right. The public does. The public likes Toronto. The public, betting, and a lot of people betting against the sweep. 67% of the tickets, 60% of the cash on the Blue Jays. But our colleagues are on the Orioles, and I'm one of them on the Orioles here today. And I'm excited about this game popping off here in 29 minutes. 414 Bub. Dougie Wise free bands play. They also on the Blue Jays. I did push with the Dodgers yesterday. Took them on the -1 line, Dougie, but still felt like it was the right cap, even though I stuck with the push. We have a bonus play from Dougie Wise. That is the Blue Jays. So 414 Bub, Dougie Wise, both on the Toronto Blue Jays. And we're going to be capping that here very, very soon. We got Old E in the house. Swiggy says the Detroit LA Hall of Fame game tomorrow. You can feel football coming back not far away. I'm excited about that as well. We got Sunny Springs in the house. Series business ready to get to work. MLG Beavis ready to attack the board. Ronnie Lofton, Robert McCormick, Swaggy McNolegs, Occupancy, hit the table there. Dougie Wise, Walla Walla Dose, Kong's Clips, Ladolo Casher again for Kong. Fernando Mendoza ready to get to work. Big Daddy Boom, Spooner in the house. Cubs money line, Rangers money line, and the Cardinals -1 at +101. Let's get that copied here and pasted. Wine time ready to get to work in the chat. He'll be backstage, I'm sure, any minute for us to attack the board. TJ says time to work on shake off a bad yesterday. We will do exactly that. And Coin says let's have a Wednesday. Let's also remember Dave Koken, who we lost on this day exactly a year ago. Good call, Coin. Man, what a class act DC was. There's not a lot of guys that you can truly look up to in this industry. There's a lot of fraudulence, but he was one of them that you could. Dave Koken. So yeah, great. It's important for us to talk about the people that we've lost as much as possible, and not just go on as if they weren't here. So that's important, Coin. Thank you for mentioning that. Let's roll. Nate Dogg 420 in the house. 9 legacy flank stake play of the day. Red Sox money line for 9 legacy. We get this all copied and pasted. We got Steve G, Red Sox, Rocks, Sox fade. That's the Rockies, and the White Sox fade 2-0 yesterday. We do in the house. AM says my model continues to perform well. I'd love to see it. Turnbuckle Tommy ready to get to work. Deacon Mike in the house. Ronnie Lofton says making money fading my Diamondbacks, but it's not all that fun to see them fall. Big show picks in the house. Our brand new Locker Room Talk podcast that Big Show produces and hosts is up and at him right now. So check it out. It's up on and it'll be our showcase video throughout the week. #1 show on the channel, Locker Room Talk, a podcast. Mr. Belvedere says, "Are you growing out your stash until Woodbine?" I don't know what the hell. I've never had a beer before. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Is it lazy? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not paying too much attention to it. Keep
it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm never going one out in my life. Robert Franklin says, what up, Jimmy? See Dominguez traded by Baltimore between the doubleheader and struck out 2 the next game for Toronto. Has that ever happened? Crazy. It was wild. But I believe it has happened before. But yeah, it's wild stuff. Viper NB in the house. Nate Dogg 420 is also on Toronto money line. Barrios 4 more Ks and Bichette 2 or more hits. Copy and paste my guy Nate Dogg 420's action here. Let's get it locked in. Let's roll. Let's get to work here right now. Thank you guys for joining us. Deacon Mike says, when I take the dirt nap, I'm going to show up at your house as a pigeon, so don't shoot me. Deal. We've had no pigeons here at the house. That's what happens when you get out the government housing. The pigeons are gone, which is a treat. Redbeard on Adley, Rutschman over 1.5 base. Now, I wasn't personally in the government housing, but Parkdale is full of government housing. So even in the apartments where there's some, in apartment buildings where there's some apartments that are regular, there's still government housing in those apartments. Happy to be out. No disrespect to government housing, but happy to be out of there. Boss 707 Von Polo says Baltimore for the sweep. AOD, Aubrey in the house, just my 2 cents. Michael Johnson. Let's get to work and look at this. We got 2 baseball cappers ready to attack the board backstage, ready to rock right now. I'd love to see it. So without further ado, please welcome the producer of this fair show and the backbone of Pub Sports Radio, coming to us from San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome Jose Bouquet to the telecast. Jose, what's good, man? How are you?
Good. I needed to come on for the first game. I'm obviously on this game like everyone else, and I'm on the side that everyone else is on. But I have to run and take my dog out after. So I will do that, and I'll give out these plays. But I'm excited to talk to you, Jim. I'm in the middle of calculating my Tuesday record, by the way.
I'm interested to hear it.
I'm interested as well because, goddamn.
I don't believe that that there's. Yeah. I think it's just a fluke that it's happening on Tuesdays, meaning that following the market on Tuesdays being a wrong move is I don't believe. Now there could be some real issues with Tuesday because you're starting the week up.
Yeah, I'm very interested because every week it's been like just take out my shovel, dig myself out of my Tuesday hole.
There are some psychological reasons that we could break down, which I'd be interested in doing as well for that. But it's great to see you.
Can I talk to your mom?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I've been recently. My family's been like, you should go see a counselor. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm okay, guys. We're all set over here. And that's typically how that goes, obviously. But now I'm like, you know what? If I can see Dr. Saucy, then I will go. So that's what I will make here. If Dr. Saucy can sit me down on the couch and I can spew my life story to her, then I'll do it. That's in the cards. We could talk that out. We could definitely talk that out. Deacon Mike, Gino 420 in the house. Big Vancouver Canucks fan. Great to see you, Gino, in the house. Dylan Med AM says, I've noticed my bets perform much better betting in the morning lines instead of the night before or at initial post. Interesting. Bury it down deep, says TJ. Never talk about it like a man. That is one option. That's definitely what I'm doing right now. But if Dr. Saucy can pull me out,
and Swaggy telling us that Hauser's being scratched for the White Sox. That is a big change.
Gotta be a trade deadline thing.
Gotta be, right? Gotta be. Ooh. We have 22 minutes till first pitch in Baltimore. Let's bring on our number 1 Major League Baseball capper this year on our channel. Fresh off hitting 60% during the regular season of college football, deep into his college football breakdowns and analysis for the year to come. Sitting at 112 wins and 96 losses, 53.8% plus 15.67 units with an ROI plus 7.53%. And listen to this, Jose. His average line is now plus 101. Plus 101. And again, just to hit this harder, when I started... Now, it was one thing that we were being completely transparent, and that was important. The honesty was important. But we were using best lines available for our record-keeping purposes. Everything that our next guest is doing is with probably the worst lines in the industry because he's in California. And it's a very tricky situation being in California and being a professional sports handicapper like our next guest. So that makes it... So to me, looking at 15.67 units, after over 200 bets. I see that as over 20 units if he was getting better lines. Please welcome from Los Angeles, California, our friend Wine Time Sports. Wine Time, what's good, man? How are you?
Jimmy the Bag, Jose Bouquet. Happy Wednesday, fellas. Shout out to everyone in the chat. And shout out to Jose for joining us for the first game off the card. This is going to be exciting. We've got a nice card to start the day today, especially this game right here. So I'm looking forward to breaking it down, guys. But yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat for showing out. We've got a loaded MLB card today, so I'm looking forward to it. I got the Angels jersey on. I got the Angels mug. We're ready to talk baseball now, fellas. Let's get to it.
Angels are hitting. But we start in the AL East here, Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's break this one down. Dougie Wise is on the Blue Jays. 414 Bub is on the Blue Jays. And Mr. Belvedere, it also helped knowing that you were on the Aces last night. Jose, you've been watching this climb out of this horrific hole, this embarrassing hole. 9 straight winners in WNBA.
Yes, I thought you were talking about myself in this record. I thought you were talking about me digging myself into this hole.
No, and we know that that's impossible. Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's get into this one here right off the hop. TJ also on Baltimore. Let's get into this. I'm on Baltimore. We've heard from, I imagine, it sounds like we are all on the Baltimore Orioles. And there's some things I really like about it here. We know that there's people who blindly fade sweeps. So we're going up against them. We know there's people who, regardless of how you feel about momentum, you take Kirk and Springer off of this Blue Jays lineup, it's very different. It's just very different. Ali Sanchez catching. I mean, now Loperfido is playing over his head. That's why the Blue Jays have been succeeding, is you have Loperfido, Clement, Barger playing over their head. It's a lot to ask. It's easier for role players to play over their head at home than it is on the road. Let's break this one down. The lineups are official. Loperfido, Clement, Guerrero, Bichette, Barger, Schneider, Wagner, Straw, and Ali Sanchez behind the plate for the Blue Jays. For the Orioles, Holiday, Westberg, Henderson, Rutschman, O'Hearn, Kauser, Mullins, Carlson, and Alex Jackson on the other side. 96 Fahrenheit, feels like 103 Fahrenheit, 3.6 miles per hour to the left center. The wind gets stronger as the game goes on. Taking a look at Ballpark Pals expectations here, we have Oriole Park plus 11%. I hate calling it Oriole Park, plus 11%, plus 15% homers, plus 4% doubles and triples, and plus 6% singles. Jose Barrio, 7-4, 3.83 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. He's been very good this year. He's coming off a 6-2 win at the Tigers, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 6 Ks, and 2 walks. On the road, he's been excellent all season long. He's had 11 starts, 23 earned runs in those 11 starts, 62 and 2/3 innings. Only allowed 53 hits. Opponents hitting 230 against them. 9 home runs allowed on the road, 8 home runs allowed at home. Splits are fine. Dean Kramer, you guys know I'm much higher on Dean Kramer than everybody else. That's just being a situation that's cost me money. Look, I'm not bragging. It's cost me money. At home, he has been very good. 8 games played, 7 starts. He's allowed 15 earned runs. Opponents hitting 197 against them. Just 37 hits allowed in 51 innings. Lefties hit him harder than righties. Lefties 265, 758 OPS. Loperfido, Barger, and Wagner. This is a perfect lineup for Dean Kramer with just 3 lefties and not dangerous lefties to worry about here. Then we have Jays versus righties. They're raking. 315, 871. Look, I get it. They're raking. Orioles are starting to hit hard, too. These are all last 30 days stats, 257, 758. Jays bullpen 4.97 ERA last 30 days. Orioles 4.77. TJ says Kramer off a poor outing, second straight home start, bounce back. I agree. TJ Brios 1.52 whip versus left-handed. Batters only 0.97 versus right-handed, and this lineup is loaded with lefties. AM is on the under 10. I took a long look at that under 10. Coin leaning towards the Orioles. TJ took the minus 115. Unfortunately, I took the minus 122. I was late to the party. Let's touch on this money line and then hand it over to our panel. We have the Orioles now minus 120. I probably should have waited. Now minus 115. So we have a move back to the Jays. Wow, okay. God, I timed that horrifically. Minus 115 now. So we have 4 cents of movement towards the Baltimore Orioles. From a total perspective here, we have a 9.5. It's now minus 107 to the under. You can still get some 10s out there, which I was interested in. Now let's get into the cash flow for this one. We touched on a little bit. 69% of the tickets on the Blue Jays, 65% of the cash, 71% of tickets on the under, and 94% cash on the over, which I want. Now it's back to minus 120. Okay, I like that. I like that. And I wonder if, I wonder if a first 3 under is an option here. I was thinking about it quite a bit. Let's hear from our number one Major League Baseball capper this year on Pub Sports Radio. Wine Time Sports, take it away.
Yeah, this is the game I moved on about 15, 20, probably about 30 minutes before the show as of right now. With that being said, I moved on the Baltimore Orioles, guys. When I originally capped this game, kind of got a later start to capping this card. Didn't take a long look at it last night. Was looking at it this morning. Could have got the Baltimore Orioles at a minus 113 around 8 a.m. my time this morning. So it did look like it was kind of moving towards the Jays. And as we got close to the show, it looked like that there's steam coming in on the Orioles, which is why the line is moving towards them. I got the minus 120. My book's giving me a minus 122 now. So it is still moving towards the Orioles on my book. This is just a spot I feel like as well. I mean, the Blue Jays we're going into the series, the hottest team in baseball. And they're facing a sweep here against Baltimore, team that's not really fighting for the playoffs right now. I think this is a perfect spot for the Orioles to sweep the Blue Jays here in this spot. I think Dylan Kramer can go out against this lineup that are missing Kirk and Springer here. And you mentioned it. Those are two big bats in the order. They still got Bichette and Guerrero in there who are still seeing the ball really well. They're just not smashing the ball as they usually do. I think Guerrero is going to start getting together and start hitting some more bombs this season. He looks like he's seeing the ball more well. But with that being said, you're still missing two of your best bats. Springer and Kirk have been a huge part of this run for the Blue Jays. I think the Orioles can get the sweep here with Dylan Kramer on the mound here. Kramer, I mean, he's been pitching pretty well this season, and I do think the Orioles could hit for him here against Jose Berrios. I have backed Berrios in the past. I just think that this is a bad spot for him. Total-wise, I didn't really have a look at the total here in this game. It's a 9.5 juice to the over at minus 120 at my book. I kind of had to lean towards the over. I do think the Orioles are going to hit Berrios today. We've got both team totals at 4.5 juice to the over, minus 120 for the Orioles, minus 115 for the Jays. So I do think both teams are going to hit today. But ultimately, I just ended up backing Baltimore. I got the minus 120. I think this is a spot, too, where a lot of the public's going to come in and blindly bet the Blue Jays. It kind of reminds me of that Tigers Pirates series that we talked about last week when everyone's on the Tigers going for the sweep. And it just didn't really make a lot of sense with the line and all that. The Pirates being one of the worst teams in baseball. The Orioles are a much better team than the Pirates. I mean, they're only 8 games under 500 right now. So still have a long ways to go until the season's over, but they've definitely been playing better baseball the last couple months. But this just seems like a spot where the Orioles are going to take the sweep here, catch the Blue Jays off a little bit. The Blue Jays are still one of the hotter teams in baseball, but I think this is an Orioles spot. So I got on the Orioles minus 120. Could still get around that same number at most books. I believe my books right now are minus 122. I still like it. I think the Orioles get it done here. The first game on the board.
First game on the board for us. We're going to hear from Jose Bouquet, both Wine Time and myself, on the Orioles, and Stacks play today, number one in this game as well. Vladimir Guerrero, RBI at plus 112. And the high owl says Guerrero about to feast. Shout out to our guy, Justin Mcelvy. He'll be joining us for WNBA action today.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Jose Bouquet, 12 minutes till first pitch here. Warm-up is underway. What is your plan of attack?
Yeah, easy Orioles bet for me as well. When the line was minus 110 this morning that I saw, I knew immediately. I was like, "Oh, that's Orioles. That's an Orioles bet." Because this line to me in my head, minus 130, minus 140 Toronto here. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, this is obviously an Orioles spot. I waited a little bit. I got a shitty line. That's okay. I got minus 123 Baltimore Orioles. It sucks that it's now juiced a little lower, but whatever. I like the Orioles. I like them to get the sweep. It is just a shocking line. So Orioles for me.
Widget Texas says, why is this total of 10? The weather is very offensive. The bullpens have struggled. I think it probably should be a 10. The number does make the first 3 under appealing. But if, Jerry Davis says, happened to look at Berrios' record against Baltimore. He says, if you have a 10, bet the under, TJ says. look, I understand that Barrios has had this team's number. It's just there's been so many different incarnations of the Orioles over the last couple of years. And this year they've struggled and not wanted to go to the ballpark. There's no getting around the fact that they're hitting right now and Rutschman's back, and I expect them to play at a over 500 clip for the rest of the season, especially at home. Right now they're just a game over 500 at home. Jose or Wine Time, are you guys concerned due to Barrios' numbers historically against the Orioles?
No, I don't. I wanted to mention this right when I refreshed my book. It actually had 10 cents of movement towards the over, towards the under. I apologize. It was a 9.5 at plus 100. Now it's a 9.5 minus 110. So I do think there's some money coming in on this under. And if this opened up at a 10, yeah, this kind of does look like an under spot the more I look at it. But like I said, I just think the Orioles can go out there and hit Barrios today. I know he's had some good numbers against him in the past, but it's going to be a hot day at the ballpark. It's been offensive weather. I mean, they've been mashing the ball these last couple games. So I'm just going to stick with the hot bats today and hope that Dean Kramer can at least go out there and give us 6 strong innings here today. I think he can do that against a Blue Jays lineup that is missing. I mean, Bichette and Guerrero, they're number 1 and 2, but those other 2 guys have arguably done more this season for the team, for their success. If it wasn't for those 2 guys, they wouldn't be as successful as they are right now. And those 2 guys are out here in this spot. So maybe that's why the line is the way it is here, but I still think this is an Orioles spot. I think they can hit Barrios here.
I also think the double dip yesterday, these are tired bullpens. But again, that brings me back to a first 3 under. Sounds saying Dean Kramer getting rocked. He just got rocked 5 days ago here at home against the Rockies team that's not hitting as hard as the Jays.
I don't have it out in front of me, Jimmy. Is Dean Kramer a home run splits guy? I forget.
Yes, his home numbers are very good. His road numbers are poor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
ERA, yeah. 2.65 ERA from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and by the way, this bet means a little more to me as well because shout out to the In the Building guys. They want me giving out bets there as well. And if I don't get my bets right, I have to do push-ups in penance of my losing bets. I've lost 2 in a row, so I'm up to 40 push-ups if I lose this bet. And I am very adverse to doing physical activity. So I will die if I don't get this bet, and I need it. I do not want to do those push-ups.
You to do 40 push-ups, Jose.
Yeah, it'd take me 2 days to finish them, but we'll see how it goes.
We are in business here, a lot of us on the Orioles, but those Jays backers should, find comfort in knowing that Dougie Wise's play of the day, which hits at a very high rate, is the free bands play of the day is the Blue Jays at plus 107. So we're also going to get an opportunity to live bet this as well as the game rolls. So that is game number 1. Gorky also on the Baltimore Orioles. Let's roll on to game 2 here on today's slate. 1:10 p.m. Eastern with the Arizona Diamondbacks 51-57, 25-29 on the road. The Detroit Tigers 63-46, 35-21 at home at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. Let's get into the weather here to get us started. We'll start with the Swish analytics and, well, not much analytics. We'll talk about Swish weather. 85 Fahrenheit, feels like 89, 7.2 miles per hour left to right. Very slightly out, gets up to 8 miles per hour by the end of the game. Comerica Park is plus 11%. Rarely do we ever see it in double digits. Plus 15% home runs, plus 4% doubles and triples, and plus 6% singles. Wager Detective looking at Diamondbacks first 5. Ron Lofton, on the other hand, is on the Tigers full game -1 at plus 150. Says, got to keep fading my Diamondbacks while it's good money. Arizona Penn will get me there again. Robert Franklin looking at the under 9 here. And G Biz says, fellas, I have a graduation upon me. Says, I finally given up parlays and started single betting. Yesterday was my first day and I went 5 out of 7. We'll keep that momentum, G Biz. Look, it's again, and we've talked about it quite a bit. A lot of it depends on your bankroll. And before I went down to Costa Rica, I had $100 a day. That was it. I had $100 a day 10 years ago. And so I was betting a parlay with that because I wanted the opportunity for a big score. If you can build your bankroll to a point where you don't need to bet these recreation fun bets, and you can take it seriously and make it a business, you'll find much more success. So yes, Deacon Mike, 100 Canadian, yes, but that was back when our dollar was worth a little more here. Spooner says, I really like the Tigers here. I think a change of scenery will be good for Paddock. Now, I wonder about this because we had a capper say the same thing about Fetty yesterday. I wonder about whether or not Chris Paddock, I don't know. And then obviously what we just saw can often hurt us. And it's the biases. And obviously I have a bias watching Fetty get lit up and smoked yesterday. Paddock's last start was really strong. It was a 4-3 loss at the Dodgers. It was very strong. What's he going to do here in Detroit is a good question. Righties are hitting 296 with a 782 OPS against them. Taking a look at the righties in the lineup, Marte and Perdomo likely hitting from the right-hand side. Then Suarez, Gurriel, English, Alexander, and Barossa. There's a lot of righties in this lineup. It's a probably a good lineup to attack Paddock. I'm a Ryan Nelson fan. 6-2, 3.29 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. You guys know that I've been a supporter of his. He's coming off a great start, 1-0 extra inning win at Pittsburgh. On the road this year, he started 6 games. He's pitched in 10, and he's not been very good. But that last start at Pittsburgh, he's improving quite quickly. And we all see it on the road. He's becoming the ace of the staff. Lefties 157, 531 OPS, righties 229, 675 OPS. And the Diamondbacks bullpen has really good numbers over the last 30 days. Now it's hard we see them blowing save after save, and
Crazy.
It's interesting that the Detroit Tigers are allowing 2.4 runs more over 9 innings, their bullpen, than the Diamondbacks bullpen. And Turnbuckle Tommy says, yeah, that was also when the Dodgers weren't hitting. That is fair. We got Matty Ice in the house. Matty Ice, is great to see you. We know that you'll bounce back easily. Nate Dogg on Detroit, first 5 here. So let's grab the line history here for this one. We have, let me pull this up. We have this total as a 9. It's minus 110 to the over. This opened up at 9, and within 35 minutes was an 8.5. It was an 8.5 for a while. Got back up 9. Actually got up to a 9.5. Wasn't quite a real 9.5. We're sitting at 9 now. We have 11 cents of movement towards the over. And then on the money line here for this one, we have the Tigers minus 123. They opened up at minus 131. So there has been a move away from them. And from a cash flow perspective here, we have interleague action. 60% of the tickets are on the Tigers, but 58% of cash is on the Arizona Diamondbacks. 63% of tickets on the under, 84% of cash on the under. And we do have that confirmed lineup as well. Carroll, Marte, Perdomo, Suarez, Gurriel, Del Castillo, English, Alexander, and Barossa for the Diamondbacks. And for the Tigers, Keith, Torres, Carpenter, Riley, Green, Torkelson, Perez, McKinstry, Baez, and Jake Rogers behind the plate. Take it away for us. Wine time, game 2 on the board.
Yeah, this is difficult, Jim, because Diamondbacks have the better pitcher here on the mound. Looking at both these lineups here going into this one, it's crazy. The Diamondbacks just aren't seeing the ball well right now, Jim. 4 runs scored in the last 5 ball games is just dreadful. You can't win ball games if you don't score runs. And going to this season, that's what we expected out of this batting order from the Diamondbacks. Yeah, they got rid of Naylor. They still have some really good bats in that order, though. I was on the Diamondbacks yesterday. Take a little 2-0 lead early on and just get crushed from then on out. It doesn't seem like this team really wants to win at this point. But at the same time, you talk about a week or two ago, all these players were saying they didn't want to get separated from each other. This Diamondbacks team, I still like the batting order that they have here. Detroit playing better baseball the last 3 games. Going into those 3 games, Detroit just couldn't win a ball game, it seemed like. I expected Tigers to somewhat fall off the second half of the season. I still think they're going to win the division, make the playoffs, all that stuff. But I just think that they played out of their minds in the first half better than I think anyone could have ever expected out of them. Diamondbacks here, though, this open, Jim, what line? Did they open up at a plus 105 here? Or what did they open up at?
Well, there's a couple interesting things I want to talk about with this market, but this opened up here at 6:58 p.m. with the Diamondbacks plus 119, and they're plus 113 right now. Okay. So move. The interesting thing is for me, which is uncomfortable, is we see. Okay, let's talk about the Athletics Mariners spot last night. There was a lot of cappers who were, bullish on the over in that baseball game. But I really felt like we saw something from Severino in Houston. And maybe he wants out. We saw something, and so at that point, with an expectation of we seeing something, confirmed by the price being 15 cents more expensive to back Severino against Logan Evans, who on the periphery has much better numbers than Severino. Now, we know that the A's lineup with the left-handed bats was a bad thing for Logan Evans, but we had the 15-cent answer with a pitcher who has worse numbers, 15 cents more expensive. That was a telltale sign, and that made my whole day was made by only taking the A's team total and then taking the A's first five. Here, shouldn't it be more than 10 cents difference first five? Shouldn't it be? Now, can we say that it's not because the Tigers bullpen has been so bad? But wouldn't you think that it should be a 15 or 20 cent difference if Ryan Nelson has been spectacular and Chris Paddock, has really poor numbers?
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at as well here because, that's a tough one. I would expect the Diamondbacks to be a little more expensive in the first five, maybe a minus 110. They're currently sitting at a minus 105 for me, plus 117 full game. So about 22 cents of movement or difference in that first five in the full game here for me in this spot. The more I look at this, though, Jim, I kind of want to move on this team total here for the Diamondbacks. They have not been able to score any runs here. This might be a good spot for them to hit Paddock and hit this bullpen from the Tigers here. It's just hard to say that because the Diamondbacks aren't seeing the ball well right now. It doesn't really seem like they want to play baseball, but at the same time, that's what probably everyone's thinking here. Everyone's probably thinking this is a layup here for the Tigers. I'm surprised not more of a percentage is on the Tigers here in this spot, but with that being said, I do think the Diamondbacks, I don't think they're going to fall over and die by any means. I don't think they're going to lose every game from this point on until the trade deadline, which is, I guess, tomorrow, 24 hours away from the trade deadline. But this team is definitely going to be selling. But I don't know. I kind of think that the Diamondbacks could hit Paddock here. And we're getting a plus 117. So not a lot of movement. If you said that this opened up at a plus 119, plus 120, some movement towards the Diamondbacks, if anything, and the bigger bets are on the Diamondbacks from when you read off the percentages to me. So it does seem like the Diamondbacks are the play. It seems like I'm kind of talking myself into the Diamondbacks here, but just kind of a tough spot here because I've been watching them play these last couple games. I was on them yesterday, and it's just they're not playing good baseball right now, so it's hard to back a team that's not playing good baseball, but sometimes that's what you have to do in baseball. There's a lot of games, and this could be a game that they can get to Paddock, score some runs on the board here. They've scored 4 runs in the last 5 games, Jim, but yet their team total is 4.5 today. And the total right now, currently, I think this is going to get to a 9.5 before we know it. It's at a 9 minus 120 right now. Let me just refresh this, make sure, because this is pretty close to game time. We are going to see some movement. No movement, still the same thing, over 9 minus 120 here. And we saw it go from a 9 to an 8.5 back to a 9. We're probably going to see a 9.5, maybe potentially before first pitch here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll see about that. But seeing their team total, that the books think that they could score 5 runs here, and they haven't been able to score 5 runs in the last 5 games, kind of has me on the Diamondbacks here. I don't know, though, Jim. This is a tough game.
It's 14 cents more expensive offshore for the Diamondbacks first 5. Why? Why wouldn't backing Ryan Nelson? Now, I understand that the sticks have been absent, but why wouldn't it be more expensive for the Diamondbacks first 5? If it was that, and it maybe circles back to, yes, Fetty in my head from yesterday, but Spoons could very well be right, and here is also a tricky situation for Spoons, as Ryan Nelson's named after Ryan Sandberg, and Spoon's a huge Sandberg fan, and he's looking past that. That's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. It probably helps that Danny Kahneman's in his head, the great psychologist, but still, I think it should be more expensive. I think it should be more expensive, and that's the only thing keeping me off of that. And so then, if that's the case, that maybe they're intimating that Paddock could pitch well here, well, then why is this total skyrocketing? And it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I would like to be on Ryan Nelson, and I'm not saying that Diamondbacks first 5 isn't a winning bet, but I tell you what, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, I'd be on this 100%. No doubt about it. I'd be on this. I'd be on I'd be, simplifying things, saying that Paddock is trash. Ryan Nelson's throwing spectacularly well. But again, you're getting a plus money spot at the books. It just doesn't work. Jay Rivera in the house. So I guess I'm off of it at this point. We still have 30 minutes, so we can circle back to the 1:10 p.m. games in about 30 minutes. Anything you want to make official here one time?
Nothing official yet, Jim. I'm really looking at this team total over 4.5. Maybe not so much the money line. Maybe I just think that this team is going to be able to hit today. They're going to be able to put runs on the board. Just depends on if Ryan Nelson could do his end of the bargain and give us 6-7 strong innings. But from looking at the first 5, I would expect them to be a little bit more of a favorite. So definitely tricky, but we have a high total here. I think it's going to be a lot of runs scored in this ball game. So I will most likely move on the Diamondbacks. We'll circle over this game maybe 5 or 10 minutes before I'll if I do end up moving on it, I'll let you know and I'll make it official.
And Wager Detective says yet the signal of Diamondbacks big bets means nothing. No, look, it means something, because Wine Time almost moved on the Diamondbacks, who've been absolute trash. They haven't scored any runs, so it certainly means something. It certainly means something. I don't know if it's.
That's crazy. 4 runs in the last 5 games. His Diamondbacks order is so much better than that, even without Naylor. I mean, you look at these top 5 guys. I know Carroll's been struggling a little bit. I'm surprised to see his average as low as it was. Maybe I haven't been really looking at his stats, but the guy's hitting under 250 right now. Very surprising. It's a tough spot. I still like this Diamondbacks order. I do think that they're due to at least put some runs on the board eventually. This might be the spot against Paddock, but it's tough because I have backed Paddock at times this year and made some money off him. Very few times have I backed him, but the times I have, he's been good to me. So it's going to be a stay away game for me. Jose, did you have anything in this game? Maybe you'll talk me on to something in this.
I did not, but I leaned Diamondbacks for sure. I'm not a Chris Paddock guy. I haven't been in Minnesota. I won't be in Detroit. I think it's a kind of a meh trade, to be honest. So I'm off, and you just said a very interesting angle, Jimmy. And I think that's why Spoon said it. Naming guy named after Ryan Sandberg, you're gonna fade him. Good fucking luck. I lean Arizona here. That's a little bit of a too cheap of a price for Detroit. I would guess it'd be minus 150, especially on trade deadline eve, when half of that locker room expects to be gone. So yeah, I think you fade the Diamondbacks if you've got the balls. This short line, you fade the Diamondbacks today, tomorrow, and then after that, when the Diamondbacks know that the guys in the locker room are the guys that they have left in this season, I think that's when you start considering backing the Diamondbacks personally.
Yeah. G-Biz taking the family to Great Wolf Lodge in Maryland. Have a great trip with the family. That could be expensive, man. Great Wolf Lodge up here is so expensive, man. It's great that you're taking the family on a trip, man. Drive safe and have a lot of fun. Let's roll on coin looking at Arizona team total over 4.5. I'd like to circle back to this one.
Yeah.
But also, I think I should trust the hesitation. Let's move on. 1:10 p.m. Eastern. The Boston Red Sox 58-51, 24-30 on the road at the Minnesota Twins 51-56, 30-23 at home. We're at Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, flank steak play of the day is the Boston Red Sox from our friend Nine Legacy, backing the Red Sox here today with Bayo and Zebby Matthews. I made a big point of Zebby Matthews' last start. He was called negative things from cappers in our chat, and I felt the need to, but he was spectacular. He was absolutely spectacular. The 2 pitchers that took so much heat on that show didn't allow a goddamn run combined last start. 6 innings, 2 hits, 7 Ks, no walks, no 1-0 win at home over the Nationals. At home this year, he's only had 2 starts. That was part of it. These pitchers who are getting few opportunities seem to be more comfortable when they're at home. I mean, it's a pretty easy thing to say. He's allowed 2 earned runs in 2 starts at home. He struck out 16 batters and walked 1 at home, 189 opponent's batting average. But the Red Sox are hitting righties hard, 282, 845 OPS. Twins first righties, 236, 694 OPS, and the Red Sox also have a big bullpen advantage as well. Brian Bayo, on the other hand, coming off 5-2 loss at home to the Dodgers, 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 2 walks. He's been very good this year and very good on the road. It's funny how few road opportunities he's had. Very, very few. And he's been good. Just he gets hit for homers, but very few earned runs, less hits than innings. Lefties 246, 708 against them. Righties 247, 649 OPS. But Bayo's been really good everywhere. I mean, it's not a surprise that he's been good on the road. Let's get into this. Kramer takes care of the Blue Jays in the top of the first. Going to the bottom of the first now. See if the Orioles can put some runs on the board. We have full game here for the Minnesota Twins. They're sitting at a minus 117. They opened up at minus 115. There's been very little movement, but there was an initial move away from them. They went from minus 115 to minus 104. It was a pick 'em at 9:50 this morning. From a total side of things here, we have the 8 minus 110 to the under. This opened up at 8. Now it did open up at 8.5 for the books that put it out in the afternoon. This came out this morning at an 8. So we have an 8 right now. There's been 10 cents of movement towards the under at this 8. And then when we get to the cash flow for this spot, we have 71% of the tickets, 70% of cash on the Boston Red Sox, 69% of tickets, and 90% of the cash on the under. So one last look at the weather in Minnesota, and then we'll get this one popped off here. Jose will hit leadoff. 77 Fahrenheit, feels like 76, 9.8 miles per hour in. 9.8 miles per hour in, which gives target field still plus 4% overall, minus 12% home runs, but plus 12% doubles and triples, and plus 3% singles. Jose Bouquet, take it away for us here, Red Sox Twinkies.
Yeah, so this is a really rare game for me. This is, I think, the first game of the season where I'm looking at this Red Sox line and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This makes 0 sense. Why are the Twins favored here? Why did they open at minus 125? Everyone on the chat seems like they're on the Red Sox. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck. Twins kind of look good today. And I don't like the sounds of that. This is for the series especially, so it's bothersome in that aspect. But Jimmy, we've talked about it, trying to factor in where lines open up a little more. I know that BOL opened at minus 125 and they've moved it down to minus 117. And our friends at Penny, they opened it up at minus 115. It's gone up to minus 117. And according to Wager, there's 70% of the bets and money on the Red Sox here. This game, to me, screams Minnesota Twins. I haven't bet it yet. When Jimmy moves on the Twins, I will probably end up moving on the Twins because I know Jimmy is moving on the Twins in this game.
I mean, when I look at the opening line, I see it as a team that's 7 games over 500 at home, going up against a team that's 6 games under 500 on the road. I mean, I think it's a pretty simple way of looking at it, but I mean, this line makes perfect sense to me. We all saw what Zebby Matthews did last start. We all know the kind of prospect that he is. So with that being said, I don't find this line out of line, but I want to talk more about it, obviously, and still solidify the plan. But that's a big deal to me. Yesterday, there's a lot of people who didn't like the Dodgers in that spot, but how were the Dodgers such big favorites? And I know they only won 5-4, and it was, I just pushed on the -1, but why were they such big favorites when they have such a poor road record? It didn't make sense. When you compare it to other spots, the line didn't make sense. Here, I find that it makes sense. But let's hear from Wine Time Sports. Red Sox Twins, Wine Time.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Jose in this one, thinking that this line is a little bit fishy just because Brian Bayo is on the mound here. Zebby Matthews has been decent at times this season, but in my opinion, I do think that the Red Sox should be the favorite here in this game, despite their road record and the Twins' home record. I want to be on the Twins here in this spot here. I kind of wanted to move on them last night. I should say this morning. I wanted to move on them this morning. The line hasn't really changed too much. I can get a -118 still here, currently sitting right now. I'm leaning towards that way here. I don't know. This seems like a Minnesota Twins spot. It seems like the Red Sox might start losing some ball games here. But I also said that a month ago, and I was wrong. This Boston Red Sox team took a step towards the right direction. This just seems like a difficult game for them here in this spot. Minnesota Twins, just a couple games under 500 here. They're still somewhat alive, I guess, in the Central and the wild card race if you look at it, how many games back from the last spot. But I think this is a Minnesota Twins spot, and I'm really close to moving on this right now. Wish I could have gotten a little bit better of a number. Right now, I can get a -118. Let me check this other book because my other book actually gives me a lot better odds on favorites. So maybe I can find a -115 here in this spot. Let me look this up. I can get a -117 Minnesota Twins here. I'm thinking about doing it here, guys. I kind of want to move on the Twins here in this spot. I want to back Zebby Matthews here. We've got a lower total as well. Makes me think there's not going to be a lot of runs scored, and this is going to probably be a pitcher's duel. So I'm leaning towards the under as well, but I want to move on the Twins here. This seems like a Twin spot for me.
Yeah, I'm going to move on the Twins. It doesn't make sense to me why Brian Bayo, the second best pitcher on the Red Sox, would be a dog against Zebby Matthews.
Let's talk about it a little bit more here. Bayo is only throwing 27 in the third innings on the road. It's such a strange.
Yeah, I don't think it's purposeful either. It's just, how the starts line up.
It's just happened. So he's only allowed 10 earned runs, 7 have been home runs. It's a very strange anomaly that he's just never pitching on the road. Why? So Topset says this line should be Twins -130. So I you know what? I agree with TJ saying that the books are opening up their arms to Boston Red Sox money. I agree with that. This line. So I agree with that. 70% tickets cash. But I don't agree with that this line is abnormal. This is a team that's 7 games over 500 at home against a team that's way under 500 on the road. And we just watched Zebby Matthews throw a butte. So I'm still constructing my plan here as well, and I only have 19 minutes left, and I know you guys are doing it now. So let's hear back from you guys with everything, all the information that's here. Wine time. Are you moving on to Minnesota Twins?
I am moving on the Minnesota Twins money line -117 here in this spot. That's the best number I can find. I want to check one more book and just see if I can get a better line here, maybe a -115, but I think the best line available I can get is a -117 right now. So I'm going to go ahead. It's pretty much -117 and -118 between all three books that I'm looking at right now. So I'll take the -117 here with the Minnesota Twins.
And then one other thing that was talked about in the chat that, just so we're all, and Mr. Belgier says Twins seems obvious. Wager says sharp consensus on the Twins. We also have a Twins lineup that is missing huge pieces of the puzzle. It's not affecting the market. Maybe that should be the sign that there's no Correa and no Buxton.
Or Correa. Yeah, what the heck? I totally forgot to even look at. I didn't look at the lineups here in that spot, but I forgot that Buxton's on the IL right now. So, this I don't know. I'm on the Twins here in this spot. I like this spot.
So that makes it. I would say looking at this lineup with Larnach, Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, Ryan Jeffers, Will Casper, Royce Lewis, Matt Wallner, Bader, and Kiersey. That is. Now you could say, well, it's that then they should not be favorites. And is that playing a role in this for you, Jose?
And Connor Wong is in the lineup, and Connor Wong legitimately has now 1 extra base hit on the season. He is terrible. When the Red Sox have him in the lineup, they lose, and the Orioles score around 1-0.
Orioles on the board 1-0. Rutschman hit that to dead center. It almost looked like it was going to carry out of there for a second. He smashed that ball right there.
Yeah, -118 for me officially.
AM is on the over 8.5. Still confident with the line.
This is an 8.5, Jim.
This opened up. Well, yes, definitely.
Because this is going under too. I kind of want to move on the under here in this spot. It seems like neither of these teams are going to hit the ball today. I mean, we've got a low total here at 8. I don't know. This seems like it's probably going to be a quiet game in Minneapolis, Minnesota today. This under looks like it could be in play too. I'm just going to stick with my Minnesota Twins bet here. I don't want to double down on this game, but I do think that I do lean towards the under here in this spot, especially if it was at an 8.5, and we're seeing an 8 right now.
Yeah, bullpen for the Red Sox is pretty gassed as well. By the way, Chappie came back through 3 pitches, looked good, but I don't think though he goes today. Honestly, Whitlock 12. Justin Wilson, 17. I don't think Whitlock goes again today. That leaves Weiser, who threw 2. Jordan Hicks, who's not been great. Bernardino's been fine. Alcala threw 20 pitches on a back-to-back there, so he's not going to go. So it's probably some Chris Murphy, some Greg Weiser. Jordan Hicks will probably close. Chris Murphy, and apparently Cooper Criswell is up with the squad right now. So it's not even the Red Sox top arms. Minnesota, back-to-back from from Johan Duran got the day off yesterday. Jax got the day off yesterday. And those are the 2 guys that I really care about in this line and this bullpen. So maybe they don't go again today for trade deadline purposes, because I know the Twins were looking to trade for those guys, and those are the 2 best relievers in the market. Maybe, but I still think they probably go.
Jax has looked very good of late.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. He's one of my favorite relievers for sure. A home run for the Orioles.
Let's go, Ryan. Oh, dude, that ball is still in the air right now. God damn, that was a shot. 3-0.
3-0.
Orioles. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, that was too easy. That was the easiest bet of the day. I mean, I know the line was just so fishy. It's like, what the hell? I mean, why is Jose Barrios the underdog here? It just makes zero sense.
Yeah, okay. We're up 3-0. That's the only thing that's happening here. We're up 3-0. Okay. So Jose, did you move on the Twins?
Yeah, -118. Another again. I think it's an easy bet to make for me personally. Like, it makes no sense. I think, at least. Like, I get that they're 7 games over 5, but it's still Brian Bayo, the second best pitcher against for the Red Sox, against Ebby Matthews, who could be the 5th or 4th best starter in this Twins rotation, and that's not by potential. That's just,
he could be the best pitcher on the Twins.
He could be, absolutely could be, but it's just how it's lined up, rotation slots. So,
yeah.
No,
I hear it. I should let you guys know that baseball is stressing me out, so I'm a little on edge. So I apologize if
it's all right. Hey, it's all right. This is what it is. Daily grind. I'm just feeling confident, guys. This is a rare day where I'm confident about my bets and not feeling like there's impending doom around the corner, which obviously could change in a moment.
Oldie says, "Is this the first 3 under here?" He doesn't have first 3, so he says it is the first 5 under. That's a good question here. I mean, the lineups make you think that it probably is. Again, we're 13 minutes away from first pitch. -12% home runs, +12% doubles and triples, +3% singles.
I would agree. I think both the starters do pretty well, but like 5th inning comes around, they'll both get, at least Bayo will probably wear down a little bit. And I don't think the bullpens are, like I said, I don't think the Red Sox bullpen is ready to compete today.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, let's just take a look at how expensive it's going to be here for the first 3 under. -135. It's pretty expensive. Okay.
Top said it's very vivid here. He says, baseball will toss that confidence in the blender and serve you a cocktail of dicks. It's very vivid.
It is vivid. So I do think, and you're getting 10 cents cheaper coin. It does feel like, doesn't it feel like, I mean, part of the reason I believe that there's so much confidence with AM despite the line moving against him is because of the state of the bullpens. I think that's a part of it. So he sees the lineup. I mean, it feels like the move to 8 isn't, sharp money related, that it's more of a lineup related. You have Bregman out on the one side and you have no Buxton, Correa out on the other side.
This game does scream live over to me.
TJ
won 2 innings.
TJ says this moved from 95% cash on Boston to 70 in the last hour. Good. Yeah, I do. I think that this is a first 3 under. I do. if Bayo can get the job done. When was Bayo's last road start?
I'll tell you right now. Pull them up.
Okay, we have 11 minutes till first pitch. This is the last 1:10 p.m. game, and of course we'll get our action in here. But let's get here.
At Chicago on the 19th, 6 innings, 3 earned runs.
Was that Chicago White Sox or Cubs?
Cubs, excuse me. Giants at the Giants last month on the 21st. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned. At Detroit on the January, February, March, April, May 13th. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And then at Cleveland, second start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs.
God, Larnach, Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, Ryan Jeffers. That's your 1 through 4.
It's pretty disgusting. And again, they're favored. It just doesn't make sense.
That Giants game, there was just a 1 earned run.
Yep.
Not that that's, Then at the Brewers, he allowed 1 earned run. Yeah.
Tough. And it's obviously tough opponents there. Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago, the Giants is, but tough opponents. But yeah, I still, it's just, to me, just like I said, it doesn't make sense. So, but I'm excited to watch this game live now. This game will obviously be going. We'll be live betting this one, I'm sure.
Well, I think that maybe bets should be made right now. I feel like the line is out of whack at all. But I guess what would, push is that there's been so much money and it keeps dropping. It's now 69 tickets and 70% of the cash on the Red Sox.
That's just all of our viewers, just piling in. All of us moving markets.
Okay, I've got 9 minutes to make a decision here, and I think that you guys are right. I'm a Zebby Matthews believer. I mean, it feels like that the public would look at the Red Sox, look at Bayo, think Zebby Matthews is a gas can, even though we know that he's electric.
That's what I think. That is exactly what I believe as well.
The Red Sox have a big bullpen advantage, but they're exhausted, so it makes that moot at this point.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think Chapman goes today. I know it's three pitches yesterday, but it's back-to-back. Hurts his back. Well, it's back-to-back. Second back-to-back, he hurts his back. Then he gets a day off. Then he goes again.
Okay.
It's tough. Nice to see BJ. We were all on the the Orioles, excuse me, as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to I'm gonna roll with this here. And
I just sorry, Jim. I wanted to tweet it out and get my action really quick. I'm on the Twins money line -117. I also moved on the Diamondbacks team total over 4.5 plus 100. So those are my 2 added plays to the card so far, guys. Twins game's about to go first pitch, and D-backs is in a couple minutes as well. But I just wanted to get that to you guys really quick. Sorry.
No worries. No, it's all good. Yeah, I guess the thing here is the Zebby Matthews. I mean, he has these pedestrian numbers, but we know that's okay. Jose, why don't you? I'm going to. I think I'm going to press the button on the Twins here. I just need a second here so I'm going to pull myself out here.
That's literally what I needed too, Jim. For a second, I was like, I got to step away for just 2 minutes.
So you guys set up Braves, Royals. I'll be listening. All
right, have fun, Jimmy. Good luck with your action putting in there. Wine time. Just to recap, could you go through your early action there for a guy Nasty Nate? We'll get Jimmy's here soon.
Shout out to my guy, Nasty Motherfucking Nate, right there. Shout out to you, my guy. I am on the Baltimore Orioles money line. I am on the Minnesota Twins money line, and I'm on the Diamondbacks team total over 4.5 plus 100. Diamondbacks have scored 4 runs in the last 5 games, but yet their team total's 4.5. It's a high total. I didn't want to take them on the money line because I'm not going to trust the pen here. I'm just going to trust that they can go out there and score runs here. If the books think that they could potentially score 5 runs in one game that they haven't been able to do in the last 5 games, I'm going to go ahead and take that team total here. This batting order is still good, even without Naylor. No one's being traded right now in the next 5 minutes, so all these guys are going to go out there, and it looks like pretty hitter-friendly conditions.
All right, beautiful. Nasty, I'm also on the Orioles, and I'm on the Twins as well. Those are all my only 2 bets. So I will not be watching Arizona Detroit. I will be focused on both those other games there as well. So let's keep rolling on here and let's talk about Atlanta, Kansas City. Joey Wentz versus Angel Zerpa. I have fallen into Joey Wentz's trap twice now. I've bet on him twice, and he's not that I don't even remember that he's pitched poorly or not. It's just losses both games. So Wentz has got me. And my old friend Angel Zerpa back on the bump here. And we've got the same line as we did yesterday, minus 125 Royals here. Now, I get it, baseball day to day, but I will mention that yesterday, same line Royals went 9-6. These little same line spots, I always tend to believe they flip. So Braves were my first look. But again, I do not want to fall for Joey Wentz's bullshit again, because I've been on him. Feels like the last 2 starts he's had with these Braves. I think the only 2 starts he's had with the Braves. He's been 3 starts. No, excuse me. He had 3 appearances, 2 starts, 4 innings, no earned runs, good outing against the Yankees. I probably won that bet because the Yankees suck. And then I went out against them last time, 4 1/3, 4 earned runs against the Texas Rangers. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm like, do I want to go back on the bandwagon, the line in the market moving towards him here? Minus 114 now you can get for the Kansas City Royals here. BOL open minus 125. Now you can get that at minus 112 there. Market in this game is 50% of the tickets going each way for the side, 83% of the money on the Kansas City Royals, 79% of the bets, and 92% of the money on the under in this game. Total in this game, I'm going to refresh my totals page here real quick just to make sure we're all set there. I'm seeing a 9.5 opener. Penny opened this 9.5 minus 101 to the over. It's now minus 114 to the under. So all that under money moving at least the juice that direction. Same thing, same story at BOL. Minus 115 to the over, minus 114 to the under. Now, wine time. What'd you think about this game?
This is a tough game right here, Jose. I didn't have an initial move on this. When I capped this game, it was a hard pass for me. Looking at this total, though, we are seeing a 9.5 juicy under at minus 120, opened up at a 10, I believe, slightly pretty juiced to the under. So probably not a whole lot of movement here total-wise. Looking at this game from afar, man, I mean, these Atlanta Braves, this is not a good ball club, Jose. They're probably going to fire the manager by the end of the season. They had the hitters to do it this season. Acuna, I mean, we might not see him play baseball again this season. I'm hearing that it might be an Achilles injury, something with that. That's worrisome over there, so that's going to be interesting to see. I see no reason why Acuna should play another game this season. The Braves should probably start, I don't know about their contract situation, but if they can maybe sell some contracts, get out of some of these guys. But this Braves team is going nowhere the rest of the season. I would maybe move on the Kansas City Royals here, but I'm not going to trust Zerpa here. This is a spot. I don't really know either of these pitchers too well. And the Braves have treated me wrong all season long. My ROI in Braves games is just not good this season. So that's probably why I don't like them right now. But with that being said, I'm going to end up staying away from this game. I want nothing to do with it here. It is maybe a little bit weird that the Braves open up at what did they open up at, Jose? What do you have them opening up as?
Plus 105 there with the minus 125. By the way, home run Miles Straw 3-2 Orioles still. Fantastic. This is a 10 for a reason. So we're going to see a lot of runs here today. But plus 115 is what I see them opening up at now. Plus 106 at Penny. Now it's same thing at BOL, plus 113 and plus 102.
Yeah, so there is some movement towards the Braves here, so that is interesting, but I want nothing to do with this game. This is going to be a pass for me. The Royals do need to start winning some ball games here, but, I mean, 2 games under 500. I don't know. This is a tricky game for me. I don't want to have anything to do with this. Got enough action already to start the card today, so this is a game I want to pass on.
So, yes, and by the way, you guys are right. It's not Keuchel that is the primary for Kansas City. It's Thomas Hatch. Thomas Hatch. Huh? Ex-Blue Jay. Yes, ex-Oklahoma State baseball player as well. When I was there, he was pitching there. So shout out to Thomas Hatch. His minor league appearances for you guys wondering here, he's gone 6-7 innings. His last one was 2 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. 6 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 innings shutout, 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run. So he will give the length here, and unfortunately, no, it is not Dallas Keuchel here today. Dallas Keuchel Day would be more heralded here, but Thomas Hatch is the starter here for the Royals. Well, I should say the follower for the starter today. So it doesn't really affect my cap too much, but the line movement is interesting towards the Braves. I leaned Braves, but I don't want Joey Wentz to take my money again. Jimmy, what'd you think?
I think the volatility is just enormous. I love, by the way, spreadsheet play of the day starting right now. Spreadsheet play of the day from our Ron Crawford is the Minnesota Twins, and I joined them, and I'm on the first 3 under 2.5 as well. So I did invest in the game. Shout out to our guy, Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet play of the day is the Minnesota Twins. Ron Crawford! You know, it's very interesting, Ron, bringing up the points about Joey Wentz. We know he spent most of the year with the Twins. He's made 3 appearances, 2 starts with the Braves. Last one was 4 1/3, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk, and 8-3 loss at the Rangers. He's not been very good on the road this year. I mean, he's not been very good anywhere. That's why he was, offered up. And he's got the regular lefty splits where righties hit him pretty hard. And then we have the bullpen day with Zerpa, who's done this before. He just pitched yesterday and allowed 2 earned runs, but they're going to get an inning from Zerpa, and then Hatch comes in. It's just the volatility is just through the roof. I find it. I mean, I guess one way you could look at it here is, which right-handed bats do you fear the most? You could simplify it like that, but there's just too much of an unknown with what Wentz is going to do. And Ron bringing up that he's a Kansas City kid getting a chance to pitch at Kauffman Stadium. We should touch on the weather here. This was earlier a spot we thought could get rained out. Now it looks like it's a non-issue. A little bit of drizzle early at this point. Now that can change. 90 Fahrenheit most of the game, feels like 97, and the wind is blowing out to right field, slightly out, more left to right than out. And a ballpark pal has Kauffman plus 8%, minus 15% homers, plus 18% doubles and triples, and plus 11% singles. Thank you, DC. Let's get it. So yeah, Oldie, I did move on that first 3 under here. Wager Detective is on the Braves money line, and I mean there's certain ways again that we could focus on putting a bet in, but I feel like this volatility is just wild. But I get it. There's been a move towards the Braves. They've gone from plus 115 to plus 106. Hatch is pitching for his life. He came over from Asia, to get this opportunity. So, nice. I like that coin. So I don't know how you could have a real trustworthy angle other than saying, well, the line's moving towards the Braves. Wentz is pitching for his life back home in Kansas City, but then so is Hatch. I mean, we're talking.
You're getting a shitty side of the Royals bullpen at the very least. Estevez and Ursig both threw 20 pitches yesterday. I expect both of them to be available today, but I'd love to go up against these guys on the second half of their back-to-backs rather than the first day. And the rest of the guys that haven't thrown, Taylor Clark, Steven Cruz, Sam Long, Jonathan Bolin. I'd roll my dice against them if I was a Braves backer.
One thing for me, in the past, and again, I learned through it, I would see a team, with a bullpen. Now, the Royals bullpen's been bad. Both bullpens have been bad over the last 30 days, I should say. And I would then, say, well, this is a bad bullpen pitching poorly and using bad arms. They're going to allow a ton of runs, and I would lose money. It didn't work like that. And so this is beyond my pay grade. I don't want. Let's move on. Let's move on to American Family Field. Look, I got 3 bets here. We're rolling. We got action. There's 2 out in the top of the first in Tigers, Diamondbacks, nobody on. There's 2 out in the top of the first, Minnesota, Boston Red Sox, Zebby doing Zebby things. Let's roll. 2:10 p.m. Eastern. We have the Chicago Cubs 62-45, 29-26 on the road at the Milwaukee Brewers 64-43, 36-19 at home American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shota Imanaga got touched up by the White Sox. Now the White Sox did not do that for us yesterday. 3 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 homers, 2 Ks, no walks. 12-5 loss to the White Sox for Shota Imanaga in his last start. And he's going up against the Brewers team that is now going to be playing without Churio, which is a big loss. It is a big loss. Now, this is the first day of the entire season that we've woken up with the Brewers as favorites to win the NL Central.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, God, they're such frauds. I'm such an asshole for not joining you.
No, you're not an asshole. I'm not counting a fucking cent here. The only cent I'm counting is that I'm going to catch the over 83.5 wins for the Brewers. Churio is expected in this lineup, but it's a hamstring issue, so we're pretty sure that he's not going to be in the lineup, and that's a big loss. So this kind of sets up here, especially Churio. I mean, what he does against left-handed pitchers, he rakes. It's a big loss. So Shota Imanaga, do we get a bounce-back performance from him? On the road this year, he's been very good. 8 starts, he's allowed just 13 earned runs, just 37 hits allowed over 43 and 2/3, 226 opponents batting average. DC Cappers on the over 7.5, AM's on the under 7.5. Says Stone Cold under 1, 2, 3, top of the first. I like it, Coin. I like it a lot. So Freddie Peralta on the other side has been spectacular. Jose and I, we have a rich history of me believing in Freddie Peralta, and he's proven it to be the right move. At home this year, he's had 11 starts, and he's allowed 11 earned runs. I mean, that's just spectacular. Just 47 hits over 60.
That is nuts. Jesus.
Get strikeouts when you need him to get strikeouts. You know, it's amazing. The Cubs have $85 million more on their payroll this year than the Milwaukee Brewers. $85 million. Cubs versus righties, 249, 752 OPS. Brewers versus lefties, 271, 735, which we already talked about. The Cubs bullpen has continued to be a problem. The supposedly the asking price for the best reliever pieces is enormous this year. Like, absolutely, they're just trying to get every last cent out of the teams that they're trading with. But the Cubs bullpen in the last 30 days has a 6.30 ERA, while the Brewers 2.41. I mean, that's the difference in these two teams, is that the Brewers have, in my estimation, the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. So let's get into this here. Let's talk about the line history. We have Peralta and the Brewers at -117. Now -119. This opened up at -117. So a tiny move towards the Milwaukee Brewers. From a total side of things here, we have a 7. It's -120 to the over. This opened up at a 7.5, a very clean 7.5. It was juiced to the over. Now it's heavily juiced. Well, it's heavily juiced to the over, but it's dropped a half run to the 7. And when we get to the cash flow here for a huge NL Central series, we have 54% of the tickets on the Brewers, but 56% of the cash on the Cubs, 83% of tickets on the under, and 76% of cash on the under. And we have Kong's Clips play of the day. It is Peralta, 7 or more Ks at +108. Peralta, 7 or more Ks at +108 for our guy Kong's Clips. We also have TJ and Spooner going head-to-head on this one. Spooner on the Cubs, TJ on the Brewers. The question marks in this game are all around Shota Imanaga. And what does this Brewers lineup look like against left-handed pitching without Churio at center field? Take it away, Wine Time, Cubbies Brewers.
Man, this is going to be a great ball game to watch. Hopefully Spoons is able to sit down and watch this game here, because this is going to be a showdown for this division. Both these teams, man, I mean, they're playing some good baseball. The Cubs have been falling off a little bit the second half of the season, and the Brewers just don't seem to ever lose ball games. You mentioned it, this payroll, man. I mentioned the teams with the lower payrolls, teams like the Rays, teams like the Brewers, man. I mean, such a small market team over there, great fan base, everything they're doing. They just play baseball the right way, it seems like. You look at their batting order, there's no like star-studded hitters in there. Yeah, you got Cherry, you got guys like Yelich, you got some good hitters in there, but they just play good team baseball. It seems like they do all the right things out there fundamental-wise. They don't make any mental mistakes out there on the field, it seems like. This team is playing together. It's crazy to watch because...
Breaking news! The Angels have made a trade! Bye. The Angels have traded for Andrew Chafin. Bye, contenders. Bye.
They didn't trade anyone, though.
You traded for Andrew Chafin. The contending Los Angeles Angels is what they call them.
Jose. Well, I don't know if you guys heard what Taylor Ward said in his post-game interview 2 days ago about the trade deadline approach, and he said, I don't want to be traded. I want to win with these guys in this locker room. I'm not saying they're going to make a playoff run, guys, but this team does seem like they really want to play together. Just from hearing it in the post-game interviews and stuff like that, I never heard the team play so well together. You saw Ray Montgomery go at Chris Bochy yesterday after they threw at Neto and Trout back-to-back pitches inside. Obviously, it wasn't intentional by any means, but you still got to say you can't hit if you don't throw inside if you can't if you're going to hit my guys in the hand. So I don't know.
Why? I've got even more great news for you.
Jose.
They've also acquired Luis Garcia, reliever from the Nationals as well. Look at this. The buying Angels.
Let's go. All right, Jose, don't get me too excited, guys, because I was telling you, I don't want to get too into it yet. We'll talk about it when we talk about the Angels, guys. But this game right here, very interesting because I wanted to be on the Cubs going into this cap. Kind of finding my way towards the Brewers, though. It just seems like they kind of have their number.
It comes down to Shota bounce back. Do you expect one here?
I could see it. I mean, these are the two aces for both these teams here. We've got a low total, Jim. I mean, it's a 7.5 minus 125 to the under right now. This opened up, I believe, at an 8 juice to the under, like a minus 125 too. We might see a 7 before first pitch here, so it's definitely going to be interesting. I want to move on the under here in this spot. And again, Jackson Cherio not going to be in the lineup for the Brewers, so that's definitely one of their better bats in that order. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play without him. But I don't know. This is going to be a pass for me. This is just this is a coin flip game, if you ask me. I mean, the Brewers are going for the sweep here. They've been pretty much the favorite in all 3 games as well, and they've been capitalizing. They're playing good baseball. I'm going to sit on the sideline here. My guy TJ and Spoon's on the opposite side in this one. I'll definitely be paying attention to this game. I'll have the play-by-play up. Won't be watching it live, but I'll have the play-by-play up and seeing what happens in this game because this is going to be a fun game to watch from a fan standpoint. And if you're betting on it, because these are the 2 of the better teams, not only just in the National League, but in Major League Baseball. These are 2 really good ball teams that I expect to be there towards the end of the postseason. And I just love everything the Brewers are doing right now.
I want to hear from Jose before decisions are made, but Swaggy McNolegs, our guy Swags, has a very good point. There have been 3 starts this year where Imanaga's got lit up and smoked. The first one was on April 9th. He allowed 5 earned runs in 5 innings versus the Rangers. He went to San Diego, didn't allow a run over 5 innings. Then he got lit up again at home by the Dodgers, 5 earned runs over 5 2/3. He went to Pittsburgh 7 days later and did not allow a run. Then the third time this year he got lit up was last Friday. Jose, do you expect a bounce back start from Imanaga?
Yes, I do, and I just expect the bullpen to blow it. Shout out to, by the way, DC Capper and Oldie for gifting Pub Sports Radio memberships. We appreciate you both.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It means a ton to us. Joe Wodzinski grabbing it from DC Capper. DC, thank you so much. It means a ton. Eric Jones getting it from Oldie. Thank you guys.
Yep, and Oldie's been a member for 20 months, so shout out to you, Oldie.
Oldie's the best, man. I fucking love him, man. We need Pubapalooza. Now, for our cappers up north, we do have some of the champions at Woodbine Racetrack. August 23rd, it's going off. Bobano now in. So it's going to be absolutely. And you know what? It was so funny because, when you have friends and you want them to be at a certain place, you don't want to put pressure on them. The pressure that we put on Slatsy was just that his picture was on the poster.
Oh yeah,
he's now coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was pressured. It was. I didn't bother him. I didn't say, "Come on, man, you gotta go." We just put his picture on the poster. It was perfect.
Yeah, so all those guys in the picture are now going, right?
They all are going. Yes. Jose Bouquet, are you moving on Cubs Brewers?
No, I'm off. By the way, Play at the Plate just got the guy in Minnesota. What a stupid send by Minnesota. Just a ridiculous send. But still 0-0.
Vladi just hit a double. 2 out here.
Oh, too bad it wasn't that. Because the Stacks is what, the ribby?
Yeah, I think Stacks is ribeye.
All right. let's take a look at this. I mean, you have to think for Imanaga, the lineup gets a little bit easier without Churio in that first spot. You know, it's a funny spot because I also have the first 3 under 2.5, Jose. So it's like, so the first 3 here is minus 175. Extremely expensive.
First 3 under?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I think these guys just deal, and then the Cubs bullpen shows who they are, and then the Cubs go out there and try to get a bullpen help. The only guys that didn't throw yesterday were their top 3, Palencia, Keller, and Thielbar. The rest, Presley threw back-to-back, and he threw 27, Brazier 10, Pomerantz 17. It's fucking hilarious that Drew Pomerantz and Ryan Brazier are still out there pitching. Brooks Christie, Gavin Hollowell.
So how much would it cost me to turn that into a 2? Let's just quickly see here. Using the Ron Crawford -1 calculator, minus 120. That tells me Imanaga is going to shove, and then it will come down to the bullpen, and the Brewers probably take care of business. I know that we're taking a long time on some of these early games, but you guys know how much is on the line here. So, I apologize if it's getting boring, but let's. I'd like to. And we got a bunch of 210 games, so shit, I got to move on. But let me just go over the lineups, what they've done against each other. Imanaga has got hit by Yelich and hit by Perkins.
1-0 Red Sox. Trevor Story sneaks over a home run.
That makes me nervous. And then the Cubs have pretty good numbers against Peralta. Peralta. Let's just take a look at the lineup here. And I know we got to move on, and we will right now. But let's just look at the expected lineup here. Bush, Tucker, Suzuki, PCA, Carson, Kelly, Swanson, Ballesteros, Horner, and Shaw. And a lot of these guys have gone. Birdie home run, Bush home run, PCA home run, Happ home run, Horner home run, Suzuki and Swanson all home runs. Now, Suzuki's batting 105, Swanson's batting 111, and we are at home. So I think everything should be fine. Okay. I am very interested in this first 3. TJ says huge move to San Diego and Darvish. Crazy. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, Coin. So,
yeah, AM's 7s across the board in this one. I'm seeing 7s on both of my books now. In this one, it's already moved to a 7.
Okay, I've got work. I expect to move on this first 3 under 2 here. First 3 under 2. The first 3 under 2. I made 3 first 3 unders yesterday. 1, 1, and 1, and the first 3 under 2 pushed. Let's roll on. 2:10 p.m. Eastern with the Philadelphia Phillies at the Chicago White Sox. Phillies 61-46, 28-27 on the road. White Sox 39-69, 23-32 at home. We're at Wright Field in Chicago, Illinois. Let's get into this weather here. 80 Fahrenheit. Possible light rain and drizzle and light rain throughout, and it gets more throughout. I still think this goes, but it becomes full rain 2 hours in. It's not. I still think this goes. This, I believe, is the only game listed as a possible. No, they don't even have this possible weather delay. Swish thinks this game goes. So let's 89. Oh, sorry, that's not right. Let me get back to this here. Sorry, I screwed this up. Okay, Wright Field here. 80 Fahrenheit, feels like 83, 8.9 miles per hour left to right. Another thing is if this game is delayed a bit, which I doubt it will because it looks like it rains more, but as the game goes on, like if there's a weather delay, it does start blowing right out to right field at 10.7 miles per hour. And it only does for a short amount of time, for about an hour and a half, between like 4 and 5:15. We have Ballpark Pal giving Wright Field a -2% plus 20% home runs for you prop bettors. For the prop bettors, it is Yankee Stadium, a plus 36% home runs is number one home run park, a -26% doubles and triples, and even for singles. Line history wise here, we have the Chicago. Here we go. We have the White Sox, or the total is a 9. I'm going to pick them. I pick them at 9, -106 each way. This opened up juice to the under, so there's been 3 cents of movement towards the over. And on the money line, We have the Chicago White Sox at plus 125. It's interesting. We have the Hauser being traded to somebody. So, Alexander's the new pitcher. And this line changed initially and then stopped.
And now it's back.
That's absolutely nuts.
What did it go to?
I thought it got to a minus. I thought the Phillies were minus 150 or minus 155. Were they not, Jim?
The Phillies got up to minus 157.
Yeah, and now it's
and then
back
it came
down
all the way back. That is absolutely
crazy.
Nuts. That is just absolutely crazy to me. I'm just astonished at that. So let's get in. I'm gonna have to pull up the Alexander breakdown. But with Taijuan Walker, I get it. I mean, he is vulnerable. Yeah. He is not a very good pitcher, but he pitched pretty well in very tough conditions at Yankee Stadium in his last start. And maybe he's better than I think he is. He must be. I mean, that's just what's happening here. I have a vividness bias if you're getting lit up and smoked, but that wasn't as bad as it looked. I know he allowed 3 home runs over 5 2/3, but it was extremely offensive weather at Yankee Stadium, and he pitched well enough for the team to win 12-5. On the road this year, he started 5 games. He's pitched in 10. He's only allowed 9 earned runs, and he's only allowed 4 home runs. 3 of them came in that last start. This is wild. I've got to switch this up for Alexander. BJ's is clear market spot on the White Sox. Now the question is, can we bet the White Sox? Markel liking the White Sox in the under. Beavis cheering for the White Sox. AM is on the under 9. And White Sox are a dog spreadsheet with Tyler Alexander pitching, right, Ron? So take it away for us here. Jose, the floor is yours. Phillies, White Sox.
Yeah, I like the White Sox too with everyone. I'm just, obviously battling the demons of betting the White Sox yesterday, losing, and then coming right back to them. It's always something kind of tough to do. But I do think the White Sox are the side because, it's just crazy that Adrian Hauser leaves and this line moves right back to where it was.
Crazy.
And I think that's just a big sign. So give me the White Sox here today. I'll obviously have to decide first 5 full game. What am I going to do there? First 5, it's minus 115, minus 105.
Tyler Alexander's not stretched out, so we're getting a full bullpen day from a bullpen pitching well.
So, I mean, like I said, I just tried to decide first 5 or full game, honestly, because like it's minus 140. I need to refresh, I guess, my odd sheet to see where it is now, but minus 115 first 5 just seems fishy as well. So I'm just trying to decide, how am I backing the White Sox here today? So Wine Time, what are you doing here?
Wow. Yeah, just like one more thing. It's 25-cent difference. White Sox first 5 at 365.
Yeah. So it seems like it should be first 5, but what do you think?
This is crazy. Yeah. The White Sox minus 105, the first 5 here. We've got over under a 5 here. This seems like a Chicago White Sox spot. I initially wanted to move on him with Adrian Hauser on the mound, guys. I mean, I've been backing Adrian Hauser, and he's been pitching well, surprisingly enough. I've gotten on him in a couple spots this year where he has pitched well, so I'm curious to see where he goes. With that being said, Alexander now taking over for him for the Chicago White Sox. I want to move on the White Sox in some sort of way. Thinking about the first 5, it's crazy that they're minus 105. I mean, this is the Philadelphia Phillies, guys, a team that's 15 games over 500, but yet they are just barely a favorite here. We saw it go up to a minus 155, minus 157. It's back down to a minus 130, minus 135, depending on where you look, around that range here. This seems fishy. I kind of want to move on the first 5 here. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. This is a tricky spot here. This is a spot I thought I initially, like I said, I wanted to be on the White Sox, and then I saw that move towards the Phillies after the pitching change, and I was like, okay, well, this game's priced appropriately now, and now it just seems like they're just begging for people to come in and bet the Phillies here. With that being said, I want to move on the White Sox here. The first 5 has an over-under. I think Taijuan Walker, I think that tells us everything we need to know here, that Taijuan Walker is going to get absolutely crushed today. So I do want to be on the White Sox. Again, it just depends on if I want to be on the first 5 or full game, or if I want to move on both. Both of them do seem live, and I really would just need to win one of those games to either push or make profit. And if I win both, it'll be over 2 units. So I'm close to it, guys. This definitely feels like an appealing Chicago White Sox spot from the first 5 and the full game. It looks like the books are kind of begging everyone to take the Phillies, and why would you not one of the better lineups in all of baseball that you may ever see. I know they're aging, but against a White Sox team that's going nowhere, this is a very clear spot that the White Sox are live to hit Taijuan Walker. So I want to move on the White Sox in some sort of fashion here, guys. I haven't done it quite yet. It's tricky because I don't know if I want to back the White Sox. I kind of said I want to stay off White Sox and Rockies games the rest of the season. I just hadn't really found a lot of value in either of those teams, but this is a spot where I think we do have value on Chicago White Sox. I think the books are telling us everything we need to know. I don't know.
I'm betting them White Sox first 5. Goon Collector says, Walker, get right spot. Let me reiterate again. He pitched really well in that last start. Yes, he allowed 3 solo shots. That was it. It was extremely offensive weather, and they won 12-5. He's pitching well. So why is the market opening up their arms to as much Phillies cash as possible with the pitching change? 25-cent difference. I told you guys about that 15-cent difference with the worst pitcher on the mound, or the perceived worst pitcher on the mound yesterday in Athletics Mariners.
1-1. Baltimore, Minnesota.
You mean Boston, Minnesota?
Yes.
That puts my no worries. That puts my 2.5 in peril. Okay. So I'm moving on the White Sox first 5. I'm going to move on the Cubs, Brewers first 3 under 2. Let's talk about the Nats Houston game, which then I would take a second and put my action in, but I like this Pirates Giants game so much here. Goon, that's the big story. No, I get how that's how you see it, but Adrian Hauser is not pitching. He's been pulled. So when Hauser was pulled for the bullpen day, there was a 25-cent move, to the Phillies. And then it came back more than 25 cents, which is crazy. So it's not Hauser. And if it was Hauser, I doubt we'd be all pushing this button. Okay, so let's roll. Nationals, Astros. We're at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. We have Mackenzie Gore going up against Ryan Gusto. Gore 4-10, 3.52 ERA, 1.27 WHIP. His last start, 1-0 loss at the Twins. He was excellent. Just a 1-earned run in the 5 innings. A coin has the Nats in his pocket. So that is where we stand. On the road, 12 starts for Mackenzie Gore. He's been really good. 25 earned runs. Well, he's been good. 25 earned runs. 264 opponent's batting average. We have AM on the under 8 and -115. Same. This line opening up at 7.5 tells me where I want to be. I am a Ryan Gusto believer, and I probably shouldn't. Oh, look, we faded him in that last start. It was the Springs Gusto start, and Gusto had that. What didn't he have that great start before that, and then he got touched up? Let me just grab that here because I don't have. I know he got touched up for 8 runs, and we faded him because remember Gusto hadn't pitched at home. Was that the? Let me just go into these.
His last start was 8 earned runs. He went to the bullpen for a while. His last start before then was the Detroit, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the A's. At the A's, that's the spring starts, I assume.
Yeah. No, those are great. That's great numbers because it's at home where he's been touched up. On the road, he's been good. Legitimately good.
Yeah, 29 innings, 3.1 ERA compared to 51 innings, 6.35 at home.
Yeah. He's been good. I kind of, I'm not against him after a terrible performance here. And again, it's the certain lineups that get to him. Lefties destroy him. 318, OPS just under 1,000, and this is the worst possible lineup for him. Abrams, Wood, Garcia, Bell hit from the left hand side, low. So they have Dalen Lyle. So there you go. There's 6, and the first 5 batters are all lefties. This is horrific for him, but very interesting to see that this is a spot. Oh wow, got the plus 110 first 5. That's huge, Jerry. That's excellent work. That this total opened up at 7.5, despite Gusto's inability to get left-handed batters out and inability to pitch at home. Very, very, very strange. So let's take a look at the line history. Hand this over to Jose, and that will conclude the 210 games, which then I can get my action in on them. Great call by Spooner on Paddock pitching well, and Nelson pitching well as well. That first 3 under was probably a gift that I sadly did not receive. Here we have the Astros minus 110. They opened up now minus 106. They opened up minus 114. The Nats have gone from plus 105 to minus 103, 8 cents of movement towards them. From a total standpoint here, we have an 8. It's minus 114 to the over. Opened up at 7.5. This one's just climbing and climbing and climbing. Looks like 8.5s are on the way. And then when we get to the cash flow here for this Houston White Sox spot, we have, this Nationals Houston spot. We have 57% of the tickets on Houston, 58% of the cash on Washington, 63% of the tickets on the under, 52% of cash on the under, and this total is climbing. Jermaine is on the Nats first 5 money line, and I completely get it. I completely get it with Mackenzie Gore, and Gusto's issues. So, despite talking about a team that's 10 games over 500 in the Houston Astros at home against the Nats team that's 9 games under 500 on the road, I think this line is exactly where it should be. And let me just hear you guys' breakdown. We'll go Jose first. Nats, Astros. This is let's let Wine Time. He loves these Nats. Wine Time, take it away. Nats, Astros.
Yeah, I love these Nats, guys. I'm on them today. I got them this morning at plus 105 at that same book. We are currently seeing them at a minus 104. First 5, they're minus 125 here, so a 21 cents difference between the first 5 and full game currently. I don't really think this is too fishy of a line because as bad as the Astros have played and how many bats they're actually missing, you look at both these lineups, there's probably not a lot of a difference in them if we're being completely honest here. I like the Nationals lineup still. They are going to be trading away some pieces here, so that's going to be interesting to see. They did trade away Garcia out of the bullpen, as my guy Jose talked about. But I think Mackenzie Gore can go out there and give us 6-7 strong innings against this Astros team. I know the Nationals don't really want to win at this point, so I'm really curious to see how much they're going to push Mackenzie Gore the rest of the season. I don't really think he's going to be on a pitch count limit by any means because he's a young guy. They still want him to pitch to his potential, but they also want him to be healthy going into next season. So that'll be interesting to see. They are more of a favorite in the first 5, obviously, because Gore against Gusto. Gore is obviously the better pitcher here. I still think the Nationals are alive to win this game, though. I like that. I got a plus 105, and it's almost at a minus 105 right now. I think Washington Nationals get it done here against Gusto. I just trust Mackenzie Gore here. I think he can pitch really good against this Astros team. It's going to be interesting to see what this Astros team does between today and tomorrow if they want to make any moves because they have a lot of hurt bats in there. But, right where they're currently sitting, there's just a couple teams right below them that are, within 5-6 games of that first place spot in the AL West. So that's going to be really interesting to see. They've got the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers right behind them. So the Astros definitely need to keep winning games. I saw something, maybe there's a reunion with Carlos Correa. I saw that earlier this morning that the Astros are interested in that. That will be interesting to see for sure because we'll know for sure if the Twins are going to be sellers, which I think they should, especially with Buxton on the IL now. I just don't know what this Twins team can really do to compete for a playoff spot, but still some time left in baseball season. I'm on the Washington Nationals, though. I like them here in this spot. I like Mackenzie Gore. You guys know I love Mackenzie Gore, and I love me some Washington Nationals, and I think they get it done here against Houston. So give me the Washington Nationals money line plus 105 here.
Nats money line here for Wine Time. I wonder, what was the cash flow on this one again? And Jose, can you pull up the Astros versus left-handed pitchers last, 15 days, 30 days, whatever you prefer. 57% of tickets on the Astros, 58% of cash on Washington. 15-cent difference in price for the Nats over at 365. I'll check what it is offshore. Jose, take it away here. Nats, Astros. This feels too easy, and that's okay because we're taking a team that's 9 games under 500 on the road and against a team that's 10 games over 500 at home. But it's just whenever I get that feeling, I get nervous. Jose, take it away. Nats, Astros. Oh, you're muted, my man.
Yeah, I'm staying off the game. I agree that the Nationals are the side. It'd be the only side I'm on here again. Maybe it's just the yesterday's bets affecting me today, whatever. But I'm staying off. Astros against lefties. The month 111 weighted runs created plus is 11th best. 256 plate appearances there. In the last 15 days, from the 30th to the 15th, Houston is 22nd, 80 weighted runs created plus and 110 plate appearances. So that's interesting. Obviously, Mackenzie Gore is the best pitcher on this team. I think he's very good. We're going to see him in we're going to see him on this Nationals team for hopefully a long time. We'll see if they actually re-sign him. Here are the Astros numbers or against the box scores against. Jacob Lopez pitched 4 1/3, 2 hits, no earned runs. Jeffrey Springs, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 1/3, no earned runs. Cantillo, 4 innings, 3 earned runs. Kyle Freeland, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Gomber, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Just a lot of bad lefties have been pitching well against him. So what is Mackenzie Gore going to do against him? We'll see. I'm staying off the game, though. I agree. Nationals.
Why are you staying off of it? Because it feels.
I think that the -120 opener was a little suspect for me. I would expect it to be flipped personally. -120 Nationals here with a much better pitcher, arguably a push of a lineup. I think their lineups are good, and maybe the Astros have a bullpen advantage. Well, I shouldn't say maybe. Definitely, they have a bullpen advantage. So, just observing where the line opened up has me a little worried.
But this is Gusto's nightmare here. A team that has all left-handed bats to lead. I mean, no team can do this to Gusto.
2-1 Red Sox, top of the third.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, bad defense from the Twins. But yeah, I mean, seeing this line getting got up to -120, you know, I understand it's -106 now, -114 opener at Penny, but you know, I'm just staying off, and I would be betting first 5 if I was betting Mackenzie Gore and company here. You know, well, I get that.
I'm going to bet Mackenzie Gore and company first 5. Here, I'm going to figure out the line. I need to get all my 210 action in right now. So, but I'm all ears for. You can keep me on camera. I'm all ears for the Pirates Giants game. I'm really, really interested in moving on it. So, Jose, why don't you hit lead off here and we'll go from there.
Sure. Logan Webb, Mike Burrows here. Burrows has seemingly been a back pitcher according to the market in the last few starts. We'll start just right off with where the money line has gone and the market in that aspect. 197 opener at Penny, now down to -193 there at BOL. -210, now down to -195. Tickets and marketplace in this game, we've got 65% of the bets, 69% of the money on the Giants here, 94% of the bets on the under, 78% of the money on the under here. So it's a little fishy that it's been sliding down a little bit towards the Pirates here, especially when we've got Logan Webb pitching at home. I think we all know what the Logan Webb experience is, especially at home.
Look at those last few starts, though.
I'm going to pull up his splits right now for us here.
But last 3 starts, hit those because
we'll do. Splits here in general, home 68 2/3, 2.88 ERA, road 67 innings pitch, a 3.9. As Jimmy's mentioning here, his last few home starts here, we have the Mets, 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned runs. Los Doyers, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 6 earned runs there. Miami, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Cleveland, 7 innings, 1 earned run last month here. This whole month of July has been rocky for him. 4 innings, 6 earned runs against the Mets at home. 6 innings, 4 earned runs at Toronto. The Dodgers start we just talked about. And 2 decent, not great starts at Oakland Athletics, Sacramento, Las Vegas. 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs. And at Arizona, 6 1/3, 3 earned runs. So the whole month has not been good for him here. I can kind of give him a pass from the Dodgers and Mets at home because those are both very good lineups, even though the Dodgers may not have been playing like it. But it is very suspect to me, again, that they are, you know, slowly creeping down in the juice here in price. So it's not, I'm not betting the Giants here. I'm not running to the window to bet the Giants. For me, it's shockingly enough Pirates or pass. Wine time. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, it would be Pirates or pass too in this situation. I mean, this Giants batting order, guys, is awful. You know, they try to make the trade for Devers to improve it, and it just doesn't really seem to be working. It doesn't seem like you don't hear Rafael Devers really doing much over there in San Francisco right now. And if you look at their batting order, it's dreadful. I don't like their batting order by any means. I think this team is falling fast. This was a team that started off hot. as they sometimes do. Don't get me wrong, I believe in Bob Melvin over there. I think he's a good manager. I just think the personnel that he has is just not good. These guys don't really want to spend money, and when they do, they spend money on guys like Matt Chapman, and that's not going to really get you too far. With that being said, you've got Devers, you've got Chapman in this order. I don't like anyone outside of that. You got Jung Ho Lee, who started off really hot this season. He's kind of came back to life. He's sitting now almost under 250. This is a Pirates or pass spot for me. I would never lay minus 200 here. I get it. It's because it's this Giants and it's Logan Webb. That's why they're minus 200. But this team's just not hitting the ball at all right now, especially with runners in scoring position. It's going to be a pass for me. I wanted nothing to do with this game. Couldn't really find value in it. So I'm going to end up passing on this one.
Jimmy the Bag, any thoughts on this game? I'm sure you're still putting in your bets.
Yeah, and I'm doubling up on the White Sox. I'm taking them first 3 and first 5, fading Taiwan Walker here today. That's it doesn't feel good saying that out loud. Let's get to this spot. You guys know I'm a big Burrows fan. He's made me money. He was excellent in that last start, 6 innings, 5 Ks, 1 walk. At home versus the Diamondbacks. On the road, he's been strong and trustworthy. I don't know what to make of Logan Webb. I was surprised, and I hear what TJ's saying, that this is, the right situation for Logan Webb. Pirates full season last 30, 28th versus sinker, 30th versus slider, 62% of Webb's pitch mix. So I get that, but I wanted to find a way to get the Burrows, and maybe this is the perfect spot for Logan Webb to bounce back. It probably is. It probably is. And we're looking at, a pitcher in Burrows who pitches in a park that helps suppress runs, and now he's going to the best run suppressor that I know of in Oracle Park. So maybe this now, and both bullpens have been used up a lot in this series. So maybe this is simply a first 3 under, and I just have to get past the concern about Logan Webb. And if that is the case, then I'm very curious to see what the price difference is here for the Pirates first 5, because I think Burrows can throw here and throw fine and line up fine against Webb. So what should the price difference be here? If it's a big price difference first 5, it means that the books expect Webb to shove here, and there's no price difference at all. I think Burrows can pitch well here. If that's the case, are we looking at a situation where all I need is 9 outs to cash a first 3 plus a half? I doubt it. I think it'll be too expensive, but the first 3 plus a half is too expensive. It's minus 130. So do we take a first 5 plus a half? AM's on the under 7.5, projected 7.2. Said the 8 yesterday was a gift, but still happy to take the under here. Cubbies just went from plus 104 to plus 113. That's very interesting. Thank you for the heads up, Aaron. So I've got more to decide here, but I expect Burrows to pitch very well. And if that's the case, maybe the first 3 plus a half at minus 130 is a perfect price, because all I need is the 9 outs if I'm also taking the first 3 under, which is what I expect I'm going to do here. I expect I'm going to take the Pirates first 3 plus a half, get those 9 outs from Burrows, as well as the first 3 under 2 is what I expected. And let me just take one last look at the cash flow and see if I can move on it here comfortably. 94% of tickets on the under, 78% of cash, but it's moved to 7. I think that's a pretty telling move. 65 and 69 on Logan Webb, 65 and 69, which gives us a money line here of minus 193, and it opened up minus. Yeah, I think this works out for both. I'm going to move on both of those. The Pirates first 3 plus a half and the first 3 under 2. And then we move into 4:10 p.m. action, and we have this big move to you, Darvish. So I'm going to move on both of those bets. I'm going to get those in now as well, because I'm getting everything in before the 2:10 game. So, Jose, if you don't mind setting up Mets Padres, I'm going to get this in as well.
Sure, no worries there. By the way, I'm scrolling on Twitter to make sure there's no more trades, but I did just see that apparently Max Scherzer said he's very excited for Rob Manfred to come to the Blue Jays dugout because he has not yet. And Max Scherzer is going to give Rob Manfred the fucking business if he comes in there talking salary cap, I'm sure. So I'm very excited to see the stories that come out of that. But let's talk about what I think is the most fascinating game of the day. I think these Mets-Padres lines have been weird, kind of quirky, and I've been just fascinated watching and seeing how they all unfold. And we have the weirdest line of the year, not the year, but of the day for me at least. Clay Holmes, a guy that I've been backing, not every game, but like a guy I believed in coming into the season, a back pitcher on my list here against Yu Darvish, who is probably on the worst contract in baseball, I would say. He's paid until he's 40 years old. He hasn't really been good in 2 years. And now we're getting him here against the Mets team as a favorite. Now, we'll talk about this, but let's go through his last 4 starts, his only 4 starts of his season. Totaled 16 in 2/3 innings pitched, 21 hits, 17 earned runs, 11 strikeouts to 9 walks. He, again, just horrible this year. Last year, by the way, he only threw 80 innings, but just not really that great. Again, I forget what the injury he's recovering from is, but again, one of the horrible contracts in baseball because he's 38 and he's got 2 more years on that deal. So all that being said, like I said, terrible this year. We've got on the other side Clay Holmes, who I've liked and back this year, and yet we see Yu Darvish being the favorite here. Now, it opened up at our friends at BOL minus 120 New York Mets, and the line has done the complete flipped to minus 115. Was up to minus 117 at one point, but is now minus 115 Padres here. Penny, on the other hand, had minus 122 Mets here. It is now minus 113 San Diego Padres. Again, everyone knows where I'm going with this. It's a weird line. It's a funky line. It's a bet line that I find easy to bet here. Give me the San Diego Padres full game here because it makes 0 sense why Yu Darvish should be favored here against a Mets squad who I haven't checked the NL East standings, but they're a first place ball club here, and Yu Darvish has not been good in quite a while. So Padres for me, full game money line. Mr. Wine Time Sports, what do you have to say about this game?
Man, Vladi just hit one right in between the shortstop and third baseman. It's a tie ball game in Baltimore. They've got runners at the corners with 1 out, and Bo Bichette up here in the top of the 5th inning.
Here we
gotta
go.
get this spot right here in a tie spot. Yeah, I think this line is pretty telling, though, Jose, at the same time as the Padres play their best baseball at home, 15 games over 500, and Mets, 5 games under 500 this season at home.
By the way, Stacks cashed ribeye. Shout out to you, or cashed his Stacks play of the day. So I'm glad we could give you that one, Stack. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Stacks play of the day. But yeah, for this one, I kind of wanted to get to the well with the Padres too here in this spot, just because they do play their best baseball at home. And you've got Yu Darvish, who hasn't been pitching well this season. We got to think maybe he goes out there and gives us 5 strong innings, but it wasn't enough for me to actually move on this spot.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. They called him safe, but play at the plate.
Right now.
They're going to challenge it. He's the most out human being I've ever seen in my fucking life.
He's right there watching.
My God. This guy better be safe on the replay, or else this guy umpire needs to be fucking on dialysis or something. Like crazy. That was the easiest out call ever. Sorry, Wine Time. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But I mean, that's why we do have replay nowadays, because this kind of, there's so much money on the line in these ball games, guys. They had to get this replay in to effect eventually these last couple of years. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Jose, you're a couple seconds ahead of me, so let me know. We do have a 1-1 ball game in Detroit.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. He looked like he was out by a mile. But yeah, I kind of wanted to be on the Padres as well with you here in this spot, because Clay Holmes has been pitching really well this season. So I get from looking at this line, it does look a little bit fishy because Yu Darvish's numbers are just not good. I mean, he's aging. His son's going to be playing in the big leagues here pretty soon, guys. So shout out to his son. But with that being said here, I would only move on the Padres here in this spot. does seem a little bit fishy, but at the same time, the Padres at home are just a better ball team. I don't want to bet this game. I kind of been staying away Padres games in general as well lately. Just my ROI hasn't been well on them, and I don't really think I have too much value in them here as a favorite here. But it's going to end up being a pass for me here in this spot. Yeah, he's out by a mile. I'm watching this replay, right?
It's funny that we say out by a mile, but it was so fucking close.
I know.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Should be out.
I have 9 bets in before 3:45.
God, Jimmy's going to feel alive today before 5 o'clock. Watch out.
Yeah, it's not. It's baseball.
Juices are pumping.
No, it's not. I don't feel good. Let's get into this one. So obviously, part of this line move has to be that Soto is not going to be in the lineup, right?
Yeah, that might be the case here. I didn't look at that. Let me see. Is there a projected order out for this?
Well, Soto hurt his foot. He was pulled from the game.
I don't think Soto's worth all that much, though.
No, but it's part of it because that lineup without Soto, it looks a lot weaker, and we saw that as the game progressed.
Well, we saw that last year. That's the same lineup as last year, and we said last year, this is a $500 million roster. What the fuck? Yeah, he's out.
He puts the tag on him when his hand isn't even on the white line yet.
He's out. They already called him out. So don't worry. He's out.
Shout out to the instant replay.
Yeah, great throw by Colton
That was a
Cowser.
great throw. That was insane. That was actually like pretty deep right there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Sorry, Jimmy.
No worries. So I don't know what to make of you, Darvish. I mean, a 5-cent move to the under, but the Padres are rolling right now, and they're playing well at home. They're making a push, and big bets are coming in on the Padres. I mean, I just think that we have to respect this dog to favorite with this trash pitcher on the mound. I know it's a great Yu Darvish, but
he is indeed a trash pitcher, though.
He's looked bad.
Now.
He's looked bad, and this is probably an opportunity for him to pitch well. AM is on the under 8.5 here. With Clay Holmes, who's been better at home than he's been on the road, but he's been fine on the road. 11 starts, 57 innings. So, yeah, I think that Padres are the bet, and they should be bet right now. And then that will conclude all of the afternoon action, and I can cap the rest of the evening games and not worry. I think they should be bet right now.
It's like you finish your bets that you've put in already, and then we come back, and it's like, oh, now I have more bets to put in.
That's fine. It's just, you take what the league gives you. Sometimes they don't give you anything. So I'm fine with this. So I'm going to lock the Padres in right now. I'm going to lock them in. So, Jose, sorry about making you set up this next one to Rockies cards.
Oh, no worries. It's a shit game, so I hope there won't be any more action in this game. But our guy Kyle Freeland is on the bump here against Colby Allard. Kyle Freeland. I'm very interested to see who can take this matchup. Now, we'll start with our friend Kyle, who, again, I've said this last time he pitched. I do kind of now have a soft spot for him after the speech and then going out there pitching well. I bet on him last time out, first 5. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 home runs. It was like all in the first inning, and then the Rockies somehow clawed back and cashed my bet. So I appreciate that from my guy, Kyle Freeland. Start before that, 6 innings, 1 earned run against Minnesota. Before that, 5 2/3, 3 innings, 3 earned runs against Boston, 6 innings, 3 earned runs against Houston. So this whole month he's been kind of dealing, pitching well. And it definitely is the Astros, the Rockies pitcher, if I had to pick, that I would want to back from this matchup. Now, Allard here, he's been 1 inning for the last month. He went 3 innings, on the 2nd of July. Let me double check here with our friends at RotoWire if they have a primary. Oh, our friend Jacob Younis is listed as the primary here. So we'll talk about Younis now here. His last appearances have been all 1 inning as well. So this is fascinating. He's been all 1 inning. So this will be basically a straight bullpen day for Cleveland. Guys that have not gone in their bullpen. The whole bullpen will be ready to go here. Allard starting, Younis, Matt Festa, and Tim Herron went yesterday. So Festa will be available. Herron probably not. But Nick Enright, Eric Sabrowski, Hunter Gaddis, and Cade Smith all will be available. We know that this Guardians team does not have Class A. It's not a team I want to back. I'm sure this locker room probably feels the weirdest in the Major League Baseball. Who knows if they're going to buy or sell? So I kind of do lean Rockies here just based off the X's and O's to start off here. Market here, we've got 70% of the bets on Cleveland, but 53% of the money on Colorado. By the way, double for the Orioles there. So that's nice to start off there. But we have the opener at minus 190, minus 184 at Penny, minus 176 now. BOL opened up minus 190, is now down to minus 178. So, yeah, I mean, I really do lean Guardians. I lean Rockies here. I like my guy Kyle Freeland. I think he's a decent to good pitcher. He's been pitching well this whole month. First 5, by the way, just looking at that movement, BOL opened up minus 185, now down to minus 165. So I'm not gonna lie, the Rockies don't seem like a bad bet today here. Again, first 5. I do kind of like that move here. Wine, what do you think?
Yeah, sidewise, I would lean towards the Rockies here at some plus money, and you got Kyle Freeland on the mound. I was kind of looking a little bit more at the total here in this spot, kind of trusting the bullpen here from the Guardians that they can go out there and shut down a Colorado Rockies lineup that isn't good by any means. And if you look at this Guardians lineup, I don't really like it either. And we've got Kyle Freeland pitching away from Coors Field here. I think both these pitchers can at least go out there and do well. I'm not sure how many innings Colby's going to go out there for, but they do have a fresh pen, and I don't trust this Rockies team to actually hit. So sidewise, I'll stay away from this game. I kind of want to back the total here. I kind of want to back the under here. We're seeing it under 8 right now. A little bit juice, not really juice, but minus 115 to the under here right now. And we got the runner over to third with 1 out. There we go for Orioles. We got to get this runner home right here. But I had a lean towards the under here in this spot. I just think I can trust both these pitchers, more specifically the bullpen from the Guardians today, and that Freeland doesn't go out there and get shelled by a Guardians lineup that I don't like by any means. So I have a lean towards the under here, under 8 minus 115. Who knows if I end up pulling the trigger on this before game time? I'll see once the lineups get posted and see where this is sitting. But this kind of has me looking at an under here in this spot. But as of right now, it's going to be a stay away game for me.
I think I am going to officially. Well, I'm not, and I don't think. I know I am going to officially move on the Rockies first 5 here, plus 145. Again, I bet you the vibes in Cleveland are weird. I don't like the pre-deadline kind of buzz that they're going to have here. The Rockies don't go fuck. It's just another day for them. They're praying they get out of there. And I think Kyle Freeland's the one guy that actually likes being in Colorado. So shout out to him. Plus 145 for me. By the way, home run, not a sack fly. I did not think that was going as far as it did. 2-run home run, Baltimore.
Westbrook, let's go, Jordan. Let's go. Woo.
Yeah. So 2-run home run there, 4-2. I forgot who the person was chirping the saying that the Blue Jays was plus 2.5, the easiest bet ever. But now good luck to whoever that was. It's kind of sweaty now, but yeah, I'm on the Rockies here, first 5. Maybe I have rose-colored glasses from my last first 5 bet with them here, but I think Kyle Freeland can get the job done, and your under bet makes me feel a little better about those propositions. Jimmy, how are your bets doing over there? Did you get them all in?
Yeah, I'm all good.
You seem relaxed.
That 2-run homer helps. So, I feel like that there is a lot of guessing that goes into this one. Jacob Eunice at times I've thought was the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball. He's pitching quite well out of the bullpen right now. He's found a spot. The Class A thing, which we're going to get a lot more information. It simply can't just be about first pitch.
I agree.
When we heard the other guy who got bounced,
Luis Ortiz, there was $30,000 worth of bets over months. Come on.
I mean, there's got to be more to this story, but here, I think that can galvanize. Honestly, is Class A come across as a great team guy? I'm not saying he's not, but I mean, like, I mean, these guys want the opportunity to pitch. Colby Allard has been ditched by franchises. Eunice has been ditched by franchises, and this is some type of thing that can galvanize a bullpen. It's not necessary. Look, they weren't in the mix anyways. And there had to be whispers of all this going through. It was probably a relief that Clase got ditched, because when Luis Garcia went, they were like, well, who was the next chip to fall? When are they going to do? There's probably an issue.
Do you think that's my guess would be that they're still thinking that. Like, it was Class A. Who the fuck's next?
Yeah. Look,
But I agree with you wholeheartedly about the first pitch thing. I think all that stuff's so dumb. Like, I don't understand why people are so fixated on that. It's definitely something else.
It was the only thing that they had proof of at this point. And they're obviously putting together a much bigger indictment.
Yeah.
In saying all that, Progressive Field here today is very offensive. It's plus 12%. Overall, plus 8% homers, plus 15% doubles and triples. Now, the Guardians are going to be able to pick and choose, but I just think if I was to expect an under, I'd be holding on for dear life. And if I was to bet an over, it wouldn't shock me if Freeland does okay. I mean, he's coming off a 6-5 win at the Orioles where he allowed 4 solo shots in 6 innings. It wasn't a horrible start, but it wasn't a good-looking one. And then, the bullpen, this Guardians bullpen is still very strong. And I know that Clase was a big piece who was going to be moved. Supposedly the Jays were interested in him here.
Yeah. Could you imagine trading for him and then that fucking drops? Oh,
I think these guys hear the whisper. I think there's got to be whispers always when these things are happening. But yeah, it would be horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
TJ says the smart move is start betting first pitch strike for every single Cleveland reliever for a couple weeks. He's so right. He's so right, man. This is just a guessing game here in this one. I can understand the Rockies' first 5, but I think that this is a bullpen that should be picked on, despite no Class A. So I'm going to be off of this game. It's comfortably. Let's move on to Rays Yankees. This is a nice spot here. Zach Littell going up against Will Warren. It is Cubs 1-0 instantly. God damn, this is not happening the way I was hoping for. And there's that 2-1 Red Sox Twins spot. Long way to go here. So let's roll here. Spooner, pleased to see the Cubbies getting on the board. We're in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx here for this breakdown. Let's set this one up here. We'll start with the weather at Yankee Stadium. We have possible rain, possible drizzle early, and then it's fine. So it's possible this game is pushed back slightly. 6.3 miles per hour in, 89 feels like 94, 6.3 miles per hour in, dies down at 4.5 miles per hour in. Let's get into Ballpark Pals expectation of offense here at Yankee Stadium. We talked about it, the most home run friendly ballpark in Major League Baseball today, plus 36%. Overall, it's plus 9% because it's minus 14 doubles and triples, and then minus 3% singles. But it is set up for the long ball. We have what happened to long balls, Larry? I don't know if you guys remember long balls, Larry. Long balls, Larry, not being in the chat, man. Some of these names do stick with you, and long balls, Larry did because they never. Okay, but let's stay focused here. We have the total here at 9 minus 107 to the under. I hope long balls, Larry's at work right now, going. I just can't. My boss is here, and I listen. I'm a fan still. I hope long balls wherever you are, long balls. So there's been a very slight move, 3-cent move to the over. When we get to the money line here for this one. Sorry about that. When we get to the money line. We are sitting with the Yankees at minus 130. They opened up at minus 133. There was a move towards the Rays. It has come back very, very slightly. Taking a look at the cash flow, we got Justin McCelvy with the Rays in his pocket. We have 52% of the tickets on the Yankees, 55% of the cash on the Rays. So it's a 50-50 proposition, similar with the total, 54% of the tickets on the under and 59% of the cash on the under. So Zach Littell, 8-8, 3.72 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, coming off a poor performance at the Reds. And I always expect him to pitch well in offensive ballparks because of what he has to deal with at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, and that's the exact stadium that he's pitching in, Yankee Stadium here. I imagine that he's going to be comfortable, but again, he did get just touched for 5 earned runs when I didn't suspect that he would. He's not being good on the road. Another spot where I thought he would be good on the road because of how offensive the conditions are at home. So I've been wrong about Zach Littell. Will Warren, 6-5, 4.82 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. We know he gets strikeouts. We know he's got a high ceiling, 124 strikeouts and 104 2/3. Coming off a 12-5 loss at home, he pitched very well. I screwed up in that game. All of you guys were on the full game over. I was on the first 5 over, and Will Warren pitched well. So did Taijuan Walker, and 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 7 Ks, 3 walks. In very offensive situation. He's only allowed 20 earned runs and 11 home starts. He's been pitching very well. Yankees are hitting righties, 248, 785 OPS last 30 days. Of course, a lot of that includes Judge in the lineup. Rays versus righties, 256, 715, and both bullpens have struggled. Take it away here for us. Wine Time Sports, Rays, Yankees, AL East battle.
Yeah, it's crazy, Jim. This Tampa Bay Rays team just not been playing well post All-Star break. Currently sitting at 500 right now. Just crazy to see what a downfall they've had. I still do like this team. I think that they can come out here. I like the Tampa Bay Rays here at some plus money here. I like Zach Littell on the mound here against Will Warren. When I look at both these pitchers, I'll tell you I like Littell better. And without Judge in that order, it's going to be tough for this Yankees team to actually go deep, I think, this season. I think it's the Blue Jays division to lose now at this point in the season. I mean, still a long ways to go, but I think it's going to come down to those two teams. We'll see where the Rays end up being, but I do think that they're going to come out here and get this win here today. Looking at this, I do like the Tampa Bay Rays here at plus 122. I just want to refresh this to see what I can get this at. Because it seems like no one is really showing this Tampa Bay Rays team a lot of love. And I get it. They're just not playing good baseball, but this seems like a get-right spot against them at Yankee Stadium. This is a team – the Rays do not like the New York Yankees here, divisional rivals. The Rays know. Kevin Cash knows. You guys hear me talk. I think he's one of the best managers in baseball. This is a pretty important series for them, especially because the trade deadline is coming up tomorrow here. So I think they want to go out here and get this game here. I don't know if it's actually enough for me to move on this game. This is the Prime. What is this? The Prime video game? Yeah. So this is going to be on Amazon Prime today. So that would be interesting. I want to move on the Rays here, Jim. I'm not going to end up doing it on the show. This would be like a post-show thing. I just kind of want to see the lineups get posted and see where the market and line goes in this game. But I like the Tampa Bay Rays here getting plus 122. If you don't mind, could you read me off the market in this one once again, percentage-wise, on where the public's at and where the money's at?
Sure. It's very 50-50. So we have 52% of the tickets on the Yankees, 55% of the cash on the Rays, 54% of tickets on the under, and 59% of cash on the under.
Yeah, interesting here. And you said this is the most hitter-friendly conditions on the board today?
Just for home runs.
Just for home runs here.
So, Sutter Health is the highest. In fact, Yankee Stadium is tied for 5th because it's minus 14% doubles and triples and minus 3% singles. So when you take a second look at these two lineups, the projected lineups, do you feel any fear? I don't. In saying all that, I think this is a pretty sharp line. Like, I can completely understand why AM is uncomfortable with it. Spooner says Brandon Lau is expected to be back in the lineup. They haven't made the roster move yet. That would certainly help this Rays lineup.
Them, yeah.
There's just not enough. I like Will Warren. I'm much higher than him than others. We have Wine Time formulating a plan here. Maybe we'll wait till after the show. Let's see if Jose pushes him in a direction. Take it away, Jose. Rays, Yankees.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm off this game. I like Zach Littell. I obviously underrate the Yankees more than most people, I'm sure. So I'd lean Rays, but not enough line movement. 50-50 split in the market, so I'm off.
Well, let's roll. Let's roll on, but let's hear from one more time from Wine Time with all of this. Are you going to wait till after?
I'm going to wait until after the show. I'm going to look over this, look at the market and all that good stuff. I've got futures tied up with the Tampa Bay Rays right now. I've got a half unit on them to win the AL East, and I also have a full unit on them to win minus 150 to go to the playoffs. So I just think this is a good spot here for the Tampa Bay Rays here before the deadline. If they at least want to show any heart, we've seen the Rays, they traded away some key pieces last season. Maybe they do it again this season at where they are, but they're still right there. They're still right there in the wild card as well. So we still have a lot of baseball left to go. We still have 2+ months left to go, guys. So it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm going to wait until after the show to end up moving on this game, though. And
what was your price?
Shout out to my guy Cedars in the chat.
What was your price for the Rays to make the playoffs, Wine?
-150 at the time.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah,
didn't you get +700 on the division?
Yeah,
For the
them and the Jays. So if the Jays win that division, I think I'll have to take a look. I think I'll still be up. Yeah.
Let's roll, fellas. Let's head to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dodgers, Reds facing, and Shohei Ohtani on the bump for the Dodgers. Nick Martinez on the bump for the Cincinnati Reds. Let's get into the weather here in Cincinnati. 91 Fahrenheit. Feels like 98. 3.6 miles per hour left to right and slightly in, and then it becomes in, but still dies down to 2.7 miles per hour. Oh, that was a important strike. 0-1 count here. We have, for Brewers, Cubbies. So let's get into this.
4-1 Red Sox, excuse me.
Oh,
yeah, 2-run single.
I screwed that one up. And the Astros have runners on first and third with none out. This could okay, let's just stay focused here. Dodgers, Reds here. Let's get into the expectation. Great American Ballpark. Plus 22% home runs, but -6% doubles and triples and -2% singles. So plus 9% overall. Shohei Ohtani, we just saw him July 21st, so 9 days ago. 3 innings for its 1 earned run, solo shot, 3 Ks, and 1 walk, and a 5-2 win at home over the Twins. He's had 2 road starts, gone 5 innings total, and has yet to allow an earned run. Only allowed 2 hits. Righties 304, 755, but lefties just 100, 282. Going up against Nick Martinez, coming off a 7-2 win at home over the Rays. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, and 2 walks. At home this year, he's been lit up and smoked. He's been much better on the road. Another pitcher that gets hit harder by righties than lefties. Dodgers, though, are not hitting righties. 229, 674 OPS last 30 days, while the Reds are 248, 702, and the Reds do have a bullpen advantage as well. So let's get into the line history situation. 1-2 count here. See if Peralta can. Oh, God, it was lucky. Very, very lucky that wasn't hit by pitch. Here we go to the cash flow and the market moves. For the total, we have a 9.5. It's -109 to the under. This opened up -106 to the under. So we've basically just had a very small move, 3-cent move to the under. From a money line standpoint, we have the LA Dodgers sitting at -153. They opened up at -169, 16-cent move away. And when we get to the cash flow for this one, we have 64% of the tickets on the Dodgers, but 70% of the cash on the Reds. Interesting. 62% of tickets on the under, 94% of cash on the under, implying that Nick Martinez will pitch well here. Mr. Bouquet, take it away. Our next spot on the board, Dodgers, Reds.
Yeah, I'm going to stay off this game too. I leaned Reds for every game in this series, and I haven't moved on them, and they obviously haven't won any, so I'm going to keep staying off. I still lean Reds here. I know that Emmett Sheehan should be okay, good, but I still generally trust Nick Martinez. I'm going to call him Ryan Martinez. I generally trust Nick Martinez, but it's the Dodgers, so I'm going to stay off.
Spooner says Ohtani hoping to be extended to 4 innings. AM on the under 9.5. Wine Time Sports, take it away. Dodgers, Reds.
Yeah, this is a tricky game right here. I'm kind of with Jose. I would only be on the Reds here at some plus money here against Ohtani. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see him go 4 innings today. I do think, though, he has one of the hardest hit ball rates so far this season with like a minimal 5 starts. I think I saw guys are absolutely crushing him when they're making contact with the ball. So that's going to be interesting to see here with the Reds, especially if he does get extended, to see it line up 2 times around. I can tell you guys when he pitched on the Angels, there's a reason why they never let him go more than 5-6 innings, because they didn't want to see him let him see the order second or third time around, because that's when he would get crushed. We'll see. That's going to be interesting here in this spot. I want nothing to do with this game. I do have a lean towards the Reds here, just at plus money here. They are going into this game. The Dodgers going for the sweep here. Dodgers were kind of slowing down, not playing so good at baseball. They're picking it right back up here. And the Reds still trying to keep in that playoff race there in the NL. So that's going to be interesting as well. It's going to be a pass for me. I don't want to have anything to do with this game. I kind of haven't been taking a lot of Dodger games in general. So this is going to be a pass for me.
Presidential-minded Kings tried to warn me about moving on that Twins-Red Sox game. He is on the Dodgers-Reds first 3 tie. It's now a 1-run game in Baltimore, 5-4 Orioles there. It is 1-0 Astros. Yeah, it could have been worse. And then Peralta did get out of that top of the first. So that is where we stand here in this one. The Dodgers-Reds game doesn't really appeal to me, although it certainly feels like the Reds are the side. You know,
I felt like they were decided. And when I capped the previous 2 games in this series, I was pretty close to moving on the Reds in both the games as well. And I'm pretty thankful I did it because they haven't been taking care of business. But here, I don't know. This definitely seems like this is the Reds game right here. But it'll be interesting to see. Like, again, Shohei Ohtani, if he only gets stretched out more, Shohei Ohtani's never been more than a 5th or 6th inning guy. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, the Reds still trying to hang in there in the NL playoff race. So we'll see. It's going to be a pass for me, though.
Nice job, Dav Fen. Go get it. Go get it. I find the Reds appealing. You don't, Jose?
Tell you right now, yeah, I do, but I'm in the same boat wine time as. I thought they were appealing the last 2 days as well, and they lost. So
I was on the Dodgers yesterday. I'm very interested in moving on the Reds today. Hammer that a little bit more, but Nick Martinez finally had a good start at home. He's been good at times. I'm sure he's going to relish the opportunity of going up against Shohei Ohtani. I'm interested. Let's roll on. 7:45 p.m. Eastern, Miami Marlins, St. Louis Cardinals. Marlins 51-55, 27-26 on the road. Cardinals 55-54, 32-23 at home at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. TJ says, I'm seeing signs of the Dodgers. I think they don't look back again this year. Very possible. And BJ says, not trusting Nick Martinez. I respect the market saying Reds or nothing. Yeah, that all makes sense. All right, let's... Oh, what's up?
Oh, my God. Cedric Mullins just took a home run away from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Oh, my gosh. He just scaled the entire center field wall and he literally stood up on the wall and caught a ball. That was absolutely insane. That wasn't Vladdy, though. That was someone else. But, wow, that was an incredible catch, guys. If you see the replay, that's one of the best catches. I said that last week on the show, one of the best catches I've seen. That right there, him scaling the wall. He's almost standing up there, and he catches it. Wow. Sorry, That was crazy.
There's been a lot of that last 24 hours, man.
We got some good center fielders in Major League Baseball, man. A lot of good athletes out there playing the outfield, man.
Let's talk about this situation here for Miami, St. Louis. We'll start with the weather in St. Louis. Possible light rain early, possible drizzle late. Neither should be a problem. 91 Fahrenheit, feels like 100, 4.5 miles per hour in, stays between 4.5 and 3.6 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has Busch minus 7%, home runs minus 7%, doubles and triples, and minus 1% singles. We have Miles Michaelis going up against my guy. This guy just keeps delivering for me. Cal Quantrill, Port Dopes, Cal Quantrill. We have the Cards at minus 138, but that doesn't really tell the story. They open up minus 139, and within an hour and a half, they're up to minus 150. That was the high water mark. They're back down to minus 138, but the initial action with limits was towards them. From a total side of things here, we have the Cards, Marlins at 8.5. It's minus 112 to the over. This opened up minus 114 to the over. So basically no movement on the total. When we get to the cash flow for this NL game, we have 64% of the tickets on the Marlins, 67% of the cash on the Cardinals, 72% of tickets on the under, but 82% of cash on the over. AM is on the over 8.5 in this one. Quantrill coming off a nice start, but and it was on the road as well. He's been a pitcher that we can back at home this year. Now, I do think it's important, that this is going to be 100-degree weather, and we haven't seen this Canadian kid in those situations too often this year. And righties annihilate him. 349, 1,000 OPS. So looking at this lineup, Herrera, Contreras, Arenado, Wynn, Walker, and Pajas are the righties in the lineup. So there's a few of them. Miles Michaelis on the other side, coming off a really nice performance at home versus the Padres. Now consecutive home starts. 9 starts at home. He's only allowed 20 earned runs. He's been much, much better at home than on the road. Marlins versus righties the last 30 days, 269, 780. Cardinals just 231, 680. And both bullpens have been very good. Wine Time Sports, Marlins, Cardinals. Take it away.
Yeah, let me pull this one up here really quick for us. Apologies. Cal Quantrill, Jimmy. I mean, I like what you said about the guy. It's crazy. I've made some good money off backing Cal Quantrill this season as well. So shout out to Cal Quantrill, man. These journeymen, these older pitchers that just seem to hit their spots when they can, and you can find them at the right time in this Miami Marlins team. Just 4 games under 500 right now at this point in the season. It's crazy to watch them do this with the personnel that they have, especially in that dugout. They've got a lot of young bats in that order that are seemingly want to win now. This team isn't going to make a playoff run. I don't think that. Red Sox 6-1. God damn. That's awful. But with that being said here, looking at this line, I think it's appropriate to be where it's at. We saw Sandy go out there and throw an absolute gem yesterday. They blanked the Cardinals. This seems like an appropriate line to see it where it is. Miles Michaelis against Cal Quantrill. 2 older veterans here in this spot that don't really have good numbers, but have made us some cash at times this season. So that's interesting to see as well. This is going to end up being a pass for me. I backed the Marlins at time this season, and I've been successful with them. I don't think this is the right spot for him coming off blanking him yesterday. I'm going to end up taking a pass on this game. What do you have to say about this one, Jose?
I am also passing in this game here. I think this line is a little bit too juiced. I definitely think it should be minus 125 Cardinals, but maybe it's just disrespecting the Marlins. I lean Marlins here, but nothing here for me.
I have some concern about 1-1 already in Cubbies Brewers. God damn it. First rounder's not looking good here. We do have runners on the corners for the Nats with none out, which is helpful. Tigers have taken a 4-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. The fade of the Diamondbacks day in and day out for TJ continuing to reward him. All right. I have some. I think you guys are probably right here. I'd like this backing the Cardinals in this spot. I would like to see the line move towards the Cardinals. I think that I can't trust Cal Quantrill in these conditions. I'm not going to. So let's roll on. But I'm fascinated with that Marlins-Cardinals game. I hate just kind of leaving it, but I'll hammer it again after the show. Let's roll on. 9:38 p.m. Eastern. We have 2 more games in Major League Baseball before we are joined by both Billy Brisbane and Justin Mcelvy. For WNBA and going for my 10th straight winner. 9:38 p.m. Eastern. Texas Rangers 56-51, 22-31 on the road at the LA Angels 52-55, 27-25 at Homeward Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. Let's get that home for you, Chillist. Nathan Eovaldi's been so good this year. 0.88 whip. Good God. Coming off an 8-3 win at home versus the Braves. Didn't allow a run over 5 innings. On the road this year, he's had 9 starts and allowed 8 earned runs. 9 starts, he's walked 7 batters and struck out 56. Points hitting 187 against them. His splits are phenomenal. Going up against Jose Soriano is a tricky pitcher to cap. Coming off a 3-2 extra inning win at home over the Mariners. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. There were solo shots, 5 strikeouts. At home this year, he's got lit up and smoked a few times, and he's pitched very good. He's a tricky pitcher to figure out. Rangers versus righties, 267, 798 OPS. They're hitting for the first time all year, while the Angels versus righties, 253, 750 OPS. President-minded Kings is on Angels' money line. Rangers bullpen pitching very well. They've been pitching well all year. 3.39 ERA last 30 days. Angels bullpen 4.49. We are going to hear from our guy, Wine Time Sports, about his Angels today. 80 Fahrenheit. That's what it feels like. 8 miles an hour out to center field. Dies down at 5.4 miles per hour. The ballpark's plus 4% overall runs, plus 16% homers, minus 3% doubles and triples, and minus 2% singles. DC Capper on the Texas Rangers. BJ says this line tells me the Angels. And Spooner says Bochy made a decision to start Eovaldi today, not versus the Mariners. Seager off a rest day. Angels closer has gone 3 days in a row. Rangers on my card for Morgan. Spooner. Let's take a look at the line history and the cash flow. This total is an 8. It's minus 107 to the over. It's opened up at 8.5 and dropped to 8. Let's take a look at this money line from a money line perspective. Here we go. From a money line perspective, we have the Angels at plus 106. They opened up at plus 114. Rangers gone from minus 125 to minus 115, a 10-cent move away from them. Interesting. And when we get to the cash flow for this American League AL West matchup, we have 71% of tickets on the Rangers, 65% of the cash, and yet 10-cent move to the Angels. 70% of the tickets on the under and 77% cash on that very under. Chilla says the reverse line movement with all this Texas cash is interesting. Wine time, your Angels in effect. Take it away.
Yeah, guys, I'm back on the Angels here. Been on them in both games this series. We're getting plus money here at plus 115. It's down to a plus 110 at my book. Got the plus 115 before the show here. I think Jose Soriano is going to go out there and pitch well here against this Texan Rangers lineup. It was very interesting to see them give Corey Seager a day off yesterday. I know it was against a lefty, but it's his numbers against the Angels. It's absolutely insane. There's no one that crushes the Angels like Corey Seager. And the fact that they didn't play him in that game was interesting. But now you got Nathan Eovaldi on the mound, the Rangers clear-cut ace. If you look at both these numbers, you're going to say Nathan Eovaldi is the much better pitcher, but yet the line just continues to move towards the Angels here in this spot. That should be enough for a run there for Josh Bell. Josh Bell is hustling. Oh, man, just safe. 1-1 in that game. But yeah, I like what the Angels, I like the direction they're heading in these last couple of games. I like what I'm hearing from the dugout. Everyone's saying it's like a family in there. Everyone likes playing with each other. No one wants to get traded. Everyone believes that they can make a playoff run at some point this season. That remains to be seen still because there still are a couple games back. But this is the right team that you want to beat. Right there in your division, a team that's fighting there for that wild card spot right there with you. We saw them split the series with the Mariners. They need to get this win here. If you ask me if you're the Angels, they made a couple trades. Jose already mentioned this season. This team isn't selling because Taylor Ward and Kenley Jansen both came out and said they don't want to be traded. They said they want to stay with the team, which was funny to see kind of. But, it's cool to see because those are two players that, Jose knows me. I kind of wanted to get rid of Taylor Ward, but I like the heart he's been showing, and he's had a really good season this year. We'll see if they end up extending him after the season because he is on a 1-year contract. But Kenley Jansen, something to note, Spoon said it. Yeah, he's pitched in the last 3 games. I was surprised to see him yesterday. He told Ray he was ready to go in the 7th, 8th inning, and if they needed him, he was getting loose early, and he was in there for the 9th. Is this guy not the best closer in baseball right now, Kenley Jansen? He's blown 1 save this year, and it was off an error. It wasn't even his fault. His numbers his ERA just under 3, just because of a couple outings. He came into the game when it was like a 10-run difference because he hadn't gotten enough work, and he got lit up in those games. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. And Reed Detmers will be available today. I'm assuming he will get the closing role if they have the lead here in this game. They've got guys like Jose Furman, who has been struggling. He's a young pitcher coming up that has kind of been showing his true colors here the last couple of weeks. You also got guys like Brock Burke, who's been pitching really well in that bullpen as well. So that's going to be interesting to see how many innings we can get out of Soriano. I think the Angels win this game. I think they're the better team. I think they're the better team than the Rangers here. I think they're going to get the sweep here. I won't be surprised if they throw at Corey Seager's head either. I was kind of hoping to see an opener today after 4 Angels getting hit. Kind of wanted to see someone throw a ball up at Seager's head. That's not going to happen because Soriano ain't like that. He's going to go out there and pitch his best effort here today. I do worry about his walks as he walks a lot of batters, but he also gets a lot of double plays behind him. So that's going to be interesting to watch as well. It's going to be a fun game here. The stadium is getting kind of alive here towards these last couple of weeks. They've had a really long homestand. It's a 13-game homestand right now. And they got to win now. So I'm on the Angels plus 115. This will probably get down to a plus 105, plus 100 before first pitch, which will make me like it even more. So I like where I'm at with the Angels here in the spot.
What was the line? You got plus 115?
Plus 115.
Angels plus 115. Line certainly moving in your direction. I mean, it is implying that Soriano is going to pitch very well. I think we can count on the Eovaldi to pitch well. It's AM says hanging an 8 is hilarious in this game. This is an interesting one because if there's sharp actions on the Angels, that we have to believe that's because Soriano's going to pitch well. I've got kids over here, and I'm gonna stay calm and not say horrible things, but I'm gonna need them to be quiet or quieter. So I'm gonna be right back, but I'm listening. Jose, I'll be right.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see that first 5 opened up minus 122 for Texas and has gone actually up to minus 128 to BOL. I mean, obviously the full game is going towards the Texas Rangers. The Angels, I should say. So I lean Angels. I haven't gotten anywhere with this game. I lost the last game with the Rangers. So it just makes me a little skittish. I do want to move on the Angels in this game, but I don't know. It's just very interesting to see that. And again, first 5 going towards the Rangers with the Angels not having a bullpen. It just doesn't make sense to me there. So I'm close to Angels, I will admit.
Oh, let's see what the price difference is and what we.
It opened up minus 122, has gone up to minus 128 where we used to play poker.
But what's the difference between the first 5 and the full game?
First or full game on the site we use says it's minus 115. Excuse me, minus 118.
There's no difference here in first 5. That's telling me Soriano pitches well, which then, if the over is very easy to hit in AM's estimation, I imagine that it happens after the first 3 innings. So first 3 under for me in this one. First 3 under with the Eovaldi versus Soriano makes me nervous because the teams are hitting righties hard, but it is somewhat it's less offensive weather than I would have expected. I know it's plus 16% home runs, but minus 3 doubles and triples and minus 2 singles. Okay, I'm gonna put a couple question marks beside the asterisks. I'm gonna look at that first 3 a little bit more. Let's roll into our final spot here on the board in MLB before we get into WNBA. And again, I'm going for the 10-game winning streak WNBA, and I think I got it. I think I got the spot, but Seattle Mariners 57-51, 29-27 on the road at the Athletics, 47-63, 21-32 at home. We're at Sutter Health Park in Sacramento, California. This is the most offensive ballpark today and often. 82 Fahrenheit, feels like 79, 8.9 miles per hour out to left center, stays at 8.9 miles per hour. Sutter Health Park is plus 17% runs, plus 31% home runs, plus 7% doubles and triples, and plus 6% singles. Brian Wu, 8-5, 2.91 ERA, 0.95 WHIP. He's been very good this year. Coming up a 3-2 loss at the Angels, but it wasn't on him. He pitched well, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks, quality start. This year on the road, he's had 12 starts, allowed 28 earned runs. He's been hit a little bit harder on the road than he has been at home. But of course, Seattle is a run suppressing ballpark. Lefties hit him harder than righties, but his splits are strong. 2 on, no outs for the Blue Jays, says Dougie Wise. Presidential-minded Kings has the Seattle A's Nerfy in his pocket. Jeffrey Springs, 9-7, 4.13 ERA, 1.20 WHIP. His last start, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 5 Ks, 1 walk, and a 15-3 win at the Astros. That's when he went up against Gusto. At home, Jeffrey Springs has had 8 starts. He's pitched in 9 games. He's allowed 25 earned runs. He's not been very good at home, but he's been awful, and his splits are fine. Righties 225, 706. Nothing wrong with that for a left-handed pitcher. Mariners versus lefties 226, 746 OPS. Athletics versus righties 254, 803. They're hitting them very hard. And the Athletics bullpen all of a sudden is pitching incredibly well, something that we expected earlier in the year. 2.88 ERA over the last 30 days. Let's take a look at the line history here. We have plus 129 for the Oakland Athletics. They opened up at plus 125, a couple cent move towards the Mariners from minus 138 to minus 140. From a total side of things here, we have a 9.5, minus 108 to the over. This opened up minus 111 to the over. Saw an under there yesterday. What will we see here today? Take a look at the cash flow for this one. We'll have Jose hit lead off. We have 84% of the tickets on the under, but just 62% of the cash. 74% of the tickets on the Mariners and 92% of the cash, and yet this line is not moving towards them. DC Cappers on the under 10. Markel says, sounds like the A's are live. It does sound like that. Jose Perez is on the Mariners' first 5. Justin McKelvey on a Rosa rain over 1.5 bases. And as I said, AM on the over 9.5. Presidential Mind of the Kings on the Nerfy. Spooner says Brian Wu has a .64 whip with runners in scoring position. He pitches well out of the stretch. You need to be able to do that in Sacramento. Mr. Bouquet, take it away. Our last MLB game on the board. The A's hosting the Mariners.
Yeah, it's another lean to the A's, but it's not going to be an official bet for me. I like both these pitchers. Springs has been just quietly a good pitcher to back from occasion. And it feels like it's been more at home. I did just check his splits, and they were just basically the same. Or excuse me, it's been more on the road, but his splits are the same. So I've just ended up staying off the game. And all that money on the Seattle Mariners line not moving makes me feel like the A's are indeed live. So
the Jays have taken the lead.
Jays just took the lead.
What a disgust bucket. Boba ship.
Yeah,
All
Big
right,
Bo.
here we go.
Big Bo. Keep rolling, Jose.
No, that's it. Yeah, I'm basically done. Jaron Duran 2-run shot too. But yeah, I'm basically off this game. I think that the A's are alive for sure.
Jerry Davis says, didn't Wu get punished here earlier this year? I'll take a look into that. Wine time, take it away.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot here for me because I was on the over in the previous 2 games in this series. I just have been taking an angle when the line opened up at 10 and it moved to 10.5 in Oakland on these night games. It's been going over, and it has been the case the last couple of games. They scored early the game yesterday. It looked like it was going to fly over, and Seattle just couldn't get anything going. I don't think Seattle can get anything going right now. This is a Seattle team that I think is a fade pretty much the rest of the season. I don't like the Seattle team by any means. You guys know the kind of the bias I have on this team, but I don't know. Looking at them from an X and O standpoint, I don't like them. And I think the Athletics are live to win this game again here today. I'm looking at the Athletics on the money line right now at plus 135. It looks really my bad. That's the first 5. I want to pull up the full game here. Athletics currently sitting at a plus 130 full game here. I like him. I like backing Jeffrey Springs. He's one of my guys I backed this year from the Athletics, and he's been successful at me in times this season. So I kind of want to go back to the well with them here. I'm kind of close to pulling the trigger on the Athletics spot. This is a spot that I'll move on later in the day, of course, because game doesn't first pitch until 7:05 my time out here. So we still have 7+ hours until this game's going to be first pitch. It's going to be a pass for me as of right now, but I have a pretty heavy lean towards the Athletics and Jeffrey Springs here to get it done.
Yeah, I get it. It's a nice cash, very important cash for me yesterday. Double up on the A's. Let's hear from you, Jose. You moving on. And shout out to our guy, Jason Meyer, the El Dorado custodian, $20 dono to bless our action. Much love to you, Jason Meyer. Take it away here, Jose, Mariners A's. Oh, we have done that.
I'm not going to move on. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah. All right. I don't know about this spot here. I mean, I get that Wu is more vulnerable on the road, but I'm very hesitant to fade him here. And I understand that the market implying that how much money was there on the Seattle Mariners? 92% of the cash in this line is not moving. I'm interested. I'm certainly interested in the Athletics. I don't know if I'll get there. I'll spend a little bit more time here after the show. Let's review all action on today's card here, and it has been looks like a rough start here.
Oh, yeah.
For me. Now we can take care of business. Still, there is still time, but obviously Cano does not want to be traded to the Blue Jays. He was a pitcher that they were looking at, proving that here. Nasty Nate laughing at the Twins. Every right to do that, Nate. Nice call on the Red Sox first 3.
God, 33 months. Shout out to you.
That's going to be a home run for the Detroit Tigers. 7-1 Tigers.
Wow. The Cincinnati Reds are acquiring Brian Hayes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow. He can't hit worth a shit, but
got a good glove.
Fast fascinating that the Pirates would be trading a young player away.
Wow. So here we go. Let me just pull up the bets that I've made here, and then we'll take a look at the games post afternoon. There's one, I think that late 4:10 game I'm still looking at, but let's review here. And almost everything's in play except for the 4:10 games. I am sitting here. Sorry, 1 second. In danger, very much in danger. I hate that feeling. Orioles was the first bet on the board that I made, which looked good for a second. No longer does. The Twins and the Boston first 3 under are both losers. The Chicago Milwaukee first 3 under 2, I have a chance to push. Nats first 5 is tied right now. So then I have heavy investment in the Chicago White Sox. We'll see what happens there. I got first 3 and first 5. Pirates first 3 plus a half, as well as Pittsburgh, San Francisco first 3 under 2. That is the afternoon spots. And then I moved on to Padres money line. So I still have a lot of action left. We can fix this pretty easily. When I look at, and then God, this simple fade of the Diamondbacks every game from TJ is just cashing and cashing and cashing. Then the 640 on, there's not a lot of action for me. I'm very interested in the Reds, interested in that first 3 under in Texas, LA Angels, and interested in the Athletics. I'll have to dive into those a little more. Wine Time Sports, please review your action, my friend.
Yeah, we've got 5 plays tweeted out. We're looking at a lot of plays outside of that throughout the rest of the day, so we'll see. But we have officially moved on the Baltimore Orioles money line -120. Yeah, not looking so good right now. Hopefully, Cano can at least get out of this jam right here, and there's still they still have 9 outs remaining. We are also on the Nationals money line +105. We are on the Angels money line +115. And then we're on the Twins money line -117. You can pretty much throw that tick in the trash along with the Diamondbacks team total over 4.5. Still some time for the Diamondbacks, but this team they look like they completely checked out already. So not a promising start by any means, but there's still a lot of ball time left in this game. And that ball is gone. 3 home run for the Toronto Blue Jays.
And for the Astros at the same time.
Absolutely disgusting start to my card for today, guys. But yeah, that's all my action today so far, guys. Appreciate you guys as always for having me on the show. Love doing this with you guys. I'll be back here Friday with you guys. Gonna lock in the rest of the day. Look at some of the games that we talked about. Look back over them. But I appreciate you guys as always. Love you guys. Good luck today.
Much love to our guy Wine Time Sports. A lot of day left, but that is a unearned 3 runs in Houston, error by the third baseman the play before. And of course, what happens next? Altuve goes yard.
Classic. Disgusting. John Schneider, whoever the manager is for the fucking Blue Jays. I think it's John Farrell still in my head. Great bullpen right there. Great bench use. Pull Luke's in, bull off the bench, 3-1 home run.
That was Lucas who hit the 3-run homer?
Yeah, off the bench.
Oh, he's playing well. All right, Jose Bouquet, please review your action before we get into the WNBA.
Yeah, God, these Jays, man, fucking they swing. They've got all these players you wouldn't know before the year, and they just swing. It's very impressive. Orioles, Twins, both on my card, unfortunately, there. Full game money lines. White Sox first 5 money line. Padres full game money line. Rockies first 5 money line. Angels full game money line. So it should be fun.
Yes, this is not the start that I was hoping for. Fucking ugly, but lots of baseball still to come.
Yeah, well, your bread and butter's up next, you know? the money maker.
we've been moving in the right direction, which is great. Going for double-digit wins in a row. Let's move on to the WNBA. Jose Bouquet, I will see you to close up the show here shortly, my friend.
Yep.
Let's roll. Please welcome. And it was great breakdown yesterday. Although he did not move on the dream team total first quarter under, it was a comfortable casher. 1 in 1 day. He got us all on the aces. And then the sky failed to menace for him. But I was on the other side there. So that helped me out. But his breakdowns were very important for our success. Please welcome Start the Locker Room Talk podcast coming to us from South Jersey. Please welcome our guy, Billy Brisbane, to the show. Brizzy, what's good, man? How are you?
Doing good, man. You know what they say, Jim. You can't hang around yes people or have yes men in your corner. And somebody hit me up after the show and said, oh, you said you're going to go 2-0 or 0-2. I bet you the Aces are going to win and the Sky are going to lose. I'm going to throw 5 units on the Aces. And I was like, all right, make me feel fucking any better about that. Man, yesterday was a crazy one. Coco Gauff went in the 3 sets. I mean, that went wire to wire. That was a hell of a match. Benny Shelton already went off today. You know my epitome for Benny Shelton. It's been a grind at it.
Yes, and the grind never ends. But this is an important one for me because I'm going for 10 in a row here in the WNBA, and I want it, and I think I have it. I'm wondering if there's going to be any additions to my card. I'm keeping things very simple. Trying not to get too cute, and it's been working. This is very different than the NBA. And I'm happy that I pulled myself out of the gutter, but I'm not in the black yet. I still have work to do. Let's see if we can pull out the 10th straight.
It reminds me of mid-major basketball for college basketball, if that makes sense.
It does. I think that's a good comparison. I'm still figuring it all out, but I think that, oh no, that's it for me. Good God. Another run here for the Cubs. This is just a horrific start. This same thing happened to me yesterday, and I pulled it out of the fire. I hate that pressure of having to pull something out of the fire. But that is where we stand. Let's bring on our third head here for the three-headed monster. Love capping WNBA. Love capping everything with our next guest. He is now starring on Tony's Picks, capping the WNBA alongside Ron Crawford and Ramon Scott. Please welcome our guy, Mr. Justin Mcelvy, to the show.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Justin, what's good, man? How are you?
Not bad. Jimmy Brisbane, how is y'all? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Perfect.
Let's get to work. Great capping yesterday. Great to have you on screen here today. Let's attack here.
Shout out to Stacks for that Valkyries play yesterday. The Valkyries were the big dog of the day that she needed.
Yeah, man. That was a great cap. They're a team. I still got to figure out exactly what they're doing without Kayla Thornton, and that makes the dream game today extremely interesting. But let's roll. We start with 7 p.m. Eastern. Phoenix Mercury 16-9, 7-5 on the road at the Indiana Fever, 14-12, 8-6 at home. We're at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Mercury snapped that 3-game losing streak with aplomb, an 88-72 victory at the Mystics. And that was back on Sunday. Night. So they're a rested group, but this is their third game of the road trip. So rested, but have been on the road for a while, taking on the Indiana Fever. Fever, of course, playing without Caitlin Clark here. Let's go over the line history and set this one up. The Mercury, though, are going to head to Atlanta after this. This is just game 3 of a 5-game road trip, so they've got a ways to go. The Indiana Fever coming off the victory over the Chicago Sky in Chicago. I was on them, but it was the type of situation where when the Sky had their starters in, it was a pretty close game. As soon as they went to the bench, they would fall off by double digits. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this Fever squad, although they are coming off their second straight win. They beat Las Vegas at home, and then they took out the Sky on the road. And they play and start a road trip. So tomorrow they fly off to Dallas, and they play Dallas on Friday. So that is the situation here. I've not moved on this one. The only game I'm on is the Lynx. I'm on the Lynx here, and I bet them last night, hoping that will be my 10th straight win. But I don't mind if we find an angle here before that. When we get to the line history and the cash flow, Sorry, just pulling it up, moving over to WNBA, taking a second here. I don't know why here we go. We have the Indiana Fever right now at +3. +3 at -103. They opened up +4.5 at -122. So we have a 1.5 move towards the Indiana Fever. And then when we get to the cash flow for this one, we have 75% of the tickets and 94% of the cash on the Mercury. 62% of tickets on the over, 60% of cash on the under. So why don't we just take a look at what's going on with that total? This total is sitting at 166.5. It's climbing. It's got up to 167.5 before it started dropping. Brizzy, take us home here. The Fever hosting the Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury breakdowns are always a little bit different for me. For anybody that doesn't know, maybe first time watching, Mercury are my favorite WNBA team for years since Diana Taurasi, so I'm very biased when it comes to Mercury breakdowns. They've been getting their ass whooped by the Fever all last year after Diana Taurasi made that comment about Caitlin Clark going into the season. Their head coach is a former assistant NBA coach that couldn't get an NBA job for the longest of times, and then the Mercury ended up hiring him. I think he remembers those games from last year, and I think the Mercury are going to come out and show a little bit of fight and win this one on the road, third game of a 5-game road trip. 11-3 as favorites this season. Also like the under in this game. Mercury have gone under 5 of their last 6 games. The Fever is kind of hard to really read into their over-under numbers because they're so sporadic when it comes to their scoring. But I think this is kind of like one of their letdown spots here. Back at Gamebridge House, where they haven't really played that well at home this year compared to years past. I like the Mercury a lot in this spot. I haven't fired off on it because the market just keeps on coming down for it, so I'm just going to wait.
They've only had one game at home in the last 17 days.
I don't think that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Let's hear from Justin. Mercury Fever, take it away.
This game, I couldn't get to a side or a total. I do have a prop that I'll make official. But naturally, like I'm a Atlanta Dream fan, but I'm a Phoenix Mercury better. So, and I really wanted to get to the Mercury, like what Briz said. Like, they ain't beat them at all last year. So if they remember that, but I got to remind myself that this is not the the NBA. So they might not remember it, or nor they may not care.
Alyssa Thomas got bounced in the playoffs by the Fever last year.
Yeah, and I feel like they should, but every time I cap the WNBA like it's the NBA, thinking this is the spot, it don't ever end up in my favor. So I'm trying to do away with that. So like chicks might not care about that. So I couldn't get to a side, but what I did get to is Aaliyah Boston. I got to her points and rebounds over 22.5. And it's just a cash cow, like something that I'll go to a lot. And I really want to get to the Mercury, and hearing Briz say it, like I might do a little 2-leg money line type thing for something later on. But I wanted to get to the Mercury, and when I capped it yesterday, when I did the video for a 2-3 zone, it talked me off of the Mercury. And then now I have a hard time getting there because I also have the Mercury win championship plus 700. So I feel like the way you say about the Brewers, Jimmy, like when you have a future, it's kind of hard for me to, because when I see the Mercury, I just be like, I want to be like, all right, bet Mercury. So I can't tell if it's a future or if it's a true cap. So I ain't on the side, but I am on Leah Boston over 22.5 points and rebounds at minus 129.
Minus 129.
To add to some appetizers for that, some player props that also stood out in this game. Alyssa Thomas over 7.5 rebounds, a little bit juicy, minus 152. But since the All-Star break, Alyssa Thomas has had a double-double in 3 straight games, averaging 11.6 rebounds per game. And you kind of look at the matchup, she's going to have to bang down low. And then the other one was Sophie Cunningham under 4.5 rebounds. Her under 4.5 rebounds was hit for her last 6. And the other player prop that I was looking at was Ari McDonald. If there was a weakness for the Mercury, it'd probably be at the point guard position because Alyssa Thomas has to basically be a point forward. She's kind of like, if I can give you an NBA comparison, she's like the Nikolai Jokic of like the WNBA, if that makes sense. Like she's like the only person that you'll see that will consistently drop triple doubles.
I guess I'm going to, comfortably stay off. I feel this is a coin flip. I fear fading the Mercury and this line move to the Fever. This doesn't work for me. I can understand AM thinking this total's gone too high.
Yeah, I like the under.
The bet I was close to making is in this next game, so let's roll into it. Atlanta Dream, Dallas Wings here. Dream 15-11, 7-7 on the road. Wings 8-19, 5-8 at home. We're at College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. We have the Dream on the second half of a back-to-back. Both teams are playing their third game in 4 nights. It's a very different situation. The Dream have had to travel nonstop. They played at Minnesota on the 27th. They won by 4. They fed the Lynx their first home loss. They played the Valkyries last night and lose by 2, predicted by our Justin Mcelvy. And now they're on the second half of a back-to-back third game in 4 nights. The Wings are also on the third game in 4 nights, but they haven't traveled at all. That's a big difference. They also didn't play Paige Beckers on the 27th. So they played Paige on Monday when they beat the Liberty 92-82. We were on the Wings. It was pretty easy. And now they have the market moving towards them here at home against Atlanta. And I would have already bet Atlanta if it wasn't the third game in 4 nights with constant travel. I don't mind the second half of a back-to-back, but this one is a little tougher. Let's get into the line history here. We have this total. Where is it? Here we go. We have this total at 166.5. It's minus 112 to the over. This opened up at 167, so we've dropped a half point. From a point spread scenario, we have Atlanta minus 4 at even money. They opened up at minus 4.5. This was a 3.5 for a while. This did move to 4 right before the show started. There was times where this started getting juiced, but the Wings are juiced right now minus 116. So it's basically a 3.5. And then when we look at the cash flow, we have 85% of the tickets and 91% of the cash. Now 85 and 90 on Dallas, 81 and 89 on the over. Justin Mcelvy, get this one started for us. Your Atlanta Dream at the Dallas Wings.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 official plays for you in this game. And a little breakdown. First one, the Stacks play today, number 2. I'm on the Atlanta Dream, team total over 84.5. Got that at minus 120. This is our spot. A lot of people don't like the back-to-backs, but I follow this Dream team. I follow back-to-backs in the WNBA, which hits at a total total over at 73%. But let alone my Dream, we were just in this spot when we got drilled by the Aces. I want to say it was like July 22nd. We got smoked by the Aces. And then the following day, I want to say that's when I came on here and we talked when they played the Mercury and we smoked them. We put up 90. This is our spot. Yesterday, my whole thought was it was a bad spot. It was the first game at home after 6 games on the road, going back to before the All-Star break. And one thing we know is Dallas, as a dog, coming off a win, you don't want to be in that spot. So my first play is the Atlanta Dream, team total over 84.5, minus 120. I'll make that official. I'm hoping I bet it Atlanta Dream minus 3.5. I want to make that official as long as you get me at 3.5.
Yeah, that's no problem. 3.5s are available everywhere.
And it's a little non-correlated, but I like her. I like betting on her. She always cash for me. Tad bit juice. Give me a Page over 16.5 points at minus 130. Paige Becker.
I'm right there with you on that. I think that's the only thing you should be able to take in this game is if Paige Beckers has her – this is not her official girlfriend, but damn, you have to fucking draft with her. You were chilling at her crib during the all season. If Aussie Fudge sitting courtside again and Paige Becker's about to be locked the fuck in, I think you just play Paige Becker props. Like, Dallas Wings remind me of like the Charlotte Hornets, where like more times than not, they gonna end up covering a game or come close. LaMelo Ball probably going to be the reason why. I feel the same exact way with the Dallas Wings. Paige Beckers has been on a fucking heater. She's gone over in 2 straight games. I believe 20 plus in her last game, 17 plus points in 13 of 21 games played this season. Better home than road split. People ain't coming into a building tonight to watch the fucking 8-19 Dallas Wings play, to watch Paige Becker sit on the bench, regardless if they're up, down, blowout, no blowout. Paige Becker's be playing a hell of minutes when she's out there on the court, and she's been a cash cow for me.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, because the only thing, I still made it official, but the only thing that worried about me, and I got laughed at earlier, is this game could get away from the Wings. Like, this could be Atlanta Dream smash spot. And my thing is, we did it to the Mercury. Why we can't do it to the Wings? Not saying, I'm not calling for alt line or nothing like that, but I'm saying it's possible.
My concern with the Atlanta is they ended up playing their starters a little bit more than what they wanted to last night. At first, that game against the Valkyries was looking like a blowout, and then they had that second half push in the third and fourth quarter. And if you look at the minutes from last night, Jordan Candace, she ain't young. She played 35 minutes. Maya Caldwell, who was kind of like a Ryan Howard's replacement, she played 34 minutes. Alicia Gray played 33 minutes. So all 3 of your guards that are in your starting lineup played over 30 minutes. The only person that didn't play the only person that didn't play 30 minutes was Brittany Griner. She only played 19 minutes last night. And Walker Kimbrough played 12 minutes last night. Like, Naz Hillman played 30 last night. Like, they wanted to win that game last night, and they played their starters like they weren't on a first half of a back-to-back, which is a little bit worrisome. I feel like sometimes in these back-to-back situations, you see like the teams kind of like manage the minutes a little bit, and then the team starts coming back into the game. It was kind of like the reverse situation. So from a side perspective, I lean towards the Dallas Wings, shockingly, but I'm going to stay off. I feel like if I'm going to bet anything, Dallas is going to be Paige Becker's props.
I could get to the dream. The game, see, I hate the third game in 4 nights, because that wasn't in play when they beat Phoenix. It was right out of the All-Star break, so they had to break. They lost at Las Vegas, and then they played at Phoenix. Now, they have had a 3-game and 4-night stretch once this year. It was in May, and it did include a travel. So, and they swept all 3 games. It culminated in winning at Los Angeles 88-82. So, BJ, you're right. There's a bad spot. Well, I don't know about bad spot, because they're coming off of a loss. It's bad travel. I think you want to fade the Wings when they're feeling good. So I'm not against moving on the Dream. I just I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over the third game in 4 nights. And I know that the opposition has the same, but again, the no travel is a big deal. Let's just quickly just take a second to go over how many minutes were exactly played here, because that is an issue.
Advocate, though, Jim, I can't imagine you just played the Valkyries playing hard as hell defense last night, and then 24 hours later you play the fucking Dallas Wings. That's got to be a fresh breath of air.
Yeah,
but they just did it against the Aces.
Yeah,
I mean, they played hard. They just got blown out against the Aces.
Dallas Wings have been the second most profitable team towards the over in the WNBA this season, right behind the Sparks.
I'm right with you, Justin, and going to hammer it again in NBA next year. And this took me a while to get to, but about the back-to-backs. And so I'm right with you. The problem is the third and 4 nights. That adds a dimension with the constant travel that I don't know if I get over. But for me,
third and 4 night, you're still thinking NBA.
Yeah,
you got NBA in your head. And I realized this, and I had to say it to myself over and over and over again. You can cap the WNBA like the NBA, but everything that applies to the NBA does not apply to the WNBA. Like third and 4 back-to-backs.
There's only one model play that I bring over from the NBA to the WNBA, which is like a team coming off like a 6-game road trip or something like that. First game at home, the Spark spot last night. That is the only model thing that I use from the NBA to the WNBA. Other than that, I think you should anything that you think about the NBA compared to the WNBA, I think you should throw out model wise. Like you got a better chance of using your mid-major models or something like that.
I mean, I don't know why 3 games and 4 nights with constant travel isn't a concern.
It's the Dallas Wings, man. I mean, like outside of Paige Beckers, like think about that game that they played the other night against the New York Liberty. Arike Ngumbawale then played her best game of the fucking season in that game, and she stepped up. She had 20 points and 14 assists. When the fuck has Arike Ngumbawale had double-digit assists in a basketball game? The bitch doesn't know how to shoot the ball. Like every shot that she gets, every time she gets the ball, she's shooting. Like I just like from that aspect, that's what makes me not want to bet the Wings. Is like their offensive production that they got in that last game. Paige Beckers for 20 points. Yeah, I can see that again. Everybody else though, like Gezeldor had 14. She was hooping. She hit 2 threes. Like they were sweet humming. They knew that they was on ESPN on Monday night, so they should.
And then my thing is, like we can't like you just mentioned it. We can't forget this team. This Dallas Wings team just upset and for real, blew out the Liberty. Now, they took their foot off the gas and scored 7 points in the fourth quarter, so they brought it all down. But they was up like 25.
Yeah,
might have been 30.
That was a blowout. Like
yeah. And then they took their foot off the gas, and Liberty came storming back and made it look respectful. But if you watched that game, it was a blowout. So my thing is, we're going to ask them to do that, keep it close now, back to back, not consecutive days, but back to back. We're going to expect them to do it again against the Dream? I can't see it done. I love the Dream. When it came down to 3.5 off because I see 4.5 yesterday. And then some people say they see it opened up at 7.
Yeah, I saw 7.5 on this.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I seen 4.5, and then it came down to 3.5, and I jumped in feet first.
The total didn't nudge at all. So what I thought was really weird was because when I was watching the Coco golf game, I was watching that off the sports book, and I just looked at the WNBA lines, and I saw 7.5 minus 120 for the Atlanta Dream, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then by the time I went to sleep, it went down to 4.5, and like I don't know, this is one-way traffic. If they ain't moved the total. Total opened up at 167, and it's still at 166. So people don't give a fuck about the total. They're backing the Wings here in this one, and in theory, I don't blame them. Like, I think the Wings are a bet-on team in the second half of the season. I just don't know about the spot tonight.
Okay, I'm going to have to spend more time with it here. Let's move on to the spot that I am attacking. I'm not against adding the Dream. I just want to sit with it for longer. Let's talk about our final spot on the board on today's show. New York Liberty 17-8, 5-5 on the road. Minnesota Lynx 22-5, 14-1 at home. Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, I've simplified things, and we have a Liberty team that has not giving us a date when Stewie's coming back. Is that still the case, Brizzy? Because we have had a slight move back towards New York. I know it'd be much more.
I think you should throw anything out about Stewie. Stewie ain't coming back for a little minute. They're really like she's really hurt her. You know that she's hurt her because they just signed Emma Musselman from the Belgium national team, former I think 2019 WNBA Finals MVP when she played for the Washington Mystics. I think that tells you everything you need to know about how they feel about Stewie. And then just a couple of hours ago, Natasha Cloud, illness, now questionable for Wednesday. I have no idea what that means. Like, Natasha Cloud, she's a Philly girl. She's a fucking dog. For her to be on the injury report is not a good sign.
No. They need her for depth. What I've heard about the issue for Stewie is that she's had the 2 serious injuries over the last 4 years. Have
you watched her walk before? Talk about club feet. She looks like a fucking clown when she walks.
Well, they in other spots, I would, in NBA, I would think the team would rise up. Obviously, I've learned that that's not the case here. It's very, very simple spot here. You have the Lynx coming off their first loss. playing against the team that beat them in the WNBA championship. I mean, this is just I find it so easy. This is the last game of their homestand. They play in Vegas on Saturday. I took the 7. I had to put money in. I didn't have any money in my Bet Online account. I had to put money in the Bet Online just to take it, to bet this at the 7. Now I see it at 7s again. It's a 7 at penny right now, minus 113. Now just moved to 7.5. Sorry, moved to 7.5 just right now, 3:18 p.m. So move back 7.5, which I'd like to see. I guess that's the Natasha Cloud information, but I'm on the links here. I did look at what it would be first double result. Too expensive, but this is my 10th double-digit win in a row. I expect the links to take care of business, win by double digits, and get that cash. Brizzy, take it away. Liberty links.
Yeah, I think the first thing that we need to know is this is another ESPN game, Liberty back-to-back ESPN games for them. But I feel like you can't really look at their season stats without Stewie in the lineup. Their defensive rating with her on the court, 83.7, without her, 92, which is fucking pretty drastic. I like this spot here for the links. Revenge game from the finals from last year, coming off a loss that snapped a 14-game home win streak, if you don't count the Commissioner Cup final. Got to always throw that nugget in there. And New York Liberty, last 2 games without Stewie in the lineup, 101 points to the Sparks, 92 to Dallas. If you look at the times that they didn't have Jacquel Jones on the court, they were getting their defensive, they're just going over and over. I just don't think they have the depth to play out of the half court. They have to play towards their strengths, and their strengths is Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, Johannes coming off the bench. I think they're going to push the pace in this one. I took the Minnesota Lynx team total over 86.5 minus 132.
Lynx team total over 86.5 minus 132.
Yes. You could use a FanDuel profit boost for the WNBA specifically tonight and make that a minus 115 prop. But for show purposes, minus 132.
I like it. Let's hear from Justin McKelvey. Links for us. I'm on the side. Brizzy on the team total. What's your plan?
Every once in a while, it is fun to disagree and go back and forth and cat. Like I don't take it personal, but every so often it's good to be all on the same side. I don't look at it like so everybody on the link. I don't look at it like that. But I am on the links. I missed the best number because I was asleep, but I did get links minus 7.5. I love it. I feel like if anybody has a game circled, they had this game circled since last year. Number 2, the Dream just messed up their undefeated home record, 4-1. Coming off a loss, this is where you want the links. If the Lynx would have smoked the Dream the previous game, I would not be on the Lynx. But you adding that, you got a bunch of mad chicks looking to revenge the loss that they just had from my Dream. Championship rematch. I got 2 official plays in this game. I love the Lynx. I know they start off slow, and at first I wanted to do like a parlay with like a Liberty, and actually I sprinkled it. I used a free bet and sprinkled a Liberty. I'm not making it official, just telling you what I did from the video. Liberty first half and Lynx team total over 42.5 second half. But what I'll make official is Lynx minus 7.5 and give me fee over 23.5 points at plus 104. I think she go for 25-30 tonight. If anyone got this play game circled, you got to go to your best player. It's not Courtney Williams' fee by far. I think she's going to go crazy. So 23.5 points. Give me 24 or better. I think she go for 25-30.
I believe Big Fee's minus 1,000 to win the MVP this season.
You said what?
Minus 1,000 to win the MVP this season is Big Fee. So Fee's been on one. Alana Smith is also listed as questionable for this game. That's kind of why I stayed off the side. If they're going to cover 7.5, I think they're going to need Alana Smith out there.
Yeah, I came here with 6 official plays on this WNBA slate, but even though I ain't got 2 in this game, I love this game. I'll be up watching this whole entire game. I'm gonna take a nap.
ESPN, this is the spot. The girls are like kind of how do I explain it? Back to college basketball. Like, the links for a team that's this good in the WNBA, they ain't get a lot of national TV time like everybody else. So I think they're definitely going to try to take advantage of these type of spots where they're playing on national TV and stuff like that. I think for the women right now, the way that they're talking about these negotiations for next season, they're going to have to start performing on these primetime spots. You ask for all this money and shit like that. It's the views that really bring in the money first. Like, if the views count, then they might, change it up a little bit. But if you guys are playing on ESPN and teams are getting blown out by 20 points, like, you guys aren't going to really put yourself in a good position. I think these ESPN games mean a little bit more to the WNBA in the second half of the season going into this potential lockout.
Yeah, you don't like, for those who don't watch WNBA, like, you got to make an exception. You got to watch this game. You got to. This is like, for me, it's must-see TV. This is like Celtics Lakers in my eyes. Like, you got to watch this game.
This is the game of all games. If you guys remember the game last year that basically lost the Lynx the series, the Lynx were up against the Liberty, and Sabrina Ionescu hit that crazy game-winning three, and that was basically the series right there. They ended up going back to New York. That shit was wraps.
And they play a lot in the near upcoming future.
We can give you the 7 at -113 if you want it, Justin.
What's the 7.5 at?
The 7.5 right now is at -103.
I'll take the 7.5.
7.5 at -103 for Justin, firing 6 shots here. Let's review all action here in WNBA. We start with Justin on Aaliyah Boston over 22.5 points and rebounds, -129, and Mercury Fever. Then we have Justin triple up, Dream team total over 84.5, Dream -3.5, and Beckers over 60.5 points. Are you also on the Beckers prop officially, Brizzy?
I haven't put any money on it, so I can't say I'm officially on it. Like, that'd be kind of corny as fuck to be like making it official and then bet it 3 hours later. Like, that's down bad.
If you're gonna bet it, make it official. Like,
I probably will bet it, but we gotta make sure some shit bounces in the beginning of the day.
Oh no, I understand.
We got some tennis going off right now, and
yeah, I forgot I can't do tennis.
Out there where Jimmy's at, out there in the big old Toronto, a lot of tennis going off today, and big. I gotta check the Shelton tickets and shit like that. So it's like personal type stuff. Me and Jerry are gonna be going live for the PFL tonight, so you definitely know if I'll be on the game or not.
But you are making the team total over 6.5 for the Lynx official. Justin on the Lynx -7.5. Collier over 23.5 points. I'm on the Lynx here, so I've got the Lynx as well. -7.
My top ads that I would really come close to the window with. Obviously, the Paige Beckers prop is probably going to be prop of the day. The other one was the under 67.5 Indiana Phoenix. And I don't think I talked about this, but Kalia Copper in the last game against Washington Mystics, there was a play where Jade Melbourne ripped her weave off, and she ran into the locker room crying. Super embarrassing moment for her. And I think she steps the fuck out. Like, people were like laughing in the stands about her running into the back with her weave out, and she was like bald and stuff like that.
I'm about to say that's who got their wig fell off.
Yeah, her wig fell off. I think
they kicked somebody out the arena for laughing about that.
They literally kicked somebody out of the arena for laughing at that.
They picked the right one.
And if I'm not mistaken, somebody threw a green dildo on the court as well.
Yeah, I heard about the
thing is, like, could you imagine paying for a ticket, something happening with a wig falling on the court, and you laughing, and you're not going to sit here and say, I'm the only one laughing in this all arena, and you come over and kick me out?
Nah,
you won't have to do your job.
You know what they did, Justin? They ain't say it media-wise, but they was probably like, look at this bitch, laughing and shit, and they got kicked out of the arena.
I'm making the news. I'm not going peacefully. You want to call backup. There's not a chance in hell I laugh and you kick me out. I ain't going for that.
I don't think you want to get arrested in Washington, D.C.
I'm laughing. I paid for entertainment. I got entertainment and I'm laughing and you kick me out. I'm not going for that.
Yeah, I think Kalia Copper goes off, though, in this game.
You better put my money back in my pocket. Give me my money back that I paid for the ticket.
Her 3-point prop opened up at 1.5 today at +125. went down to plus 100 and is currently sitting at minus 114. I think Clea Copper has a day, regardless of how the fuck the game goes.
See, I just, I'm a Mercury better, so I have a hard time. That's why I don't like betting futures, but I really like this team. Like, as far as the betting aspect, I'm a Dream fan, but I'm a Mercury better.
I mean, the Mercury, it's so weird because in years past, the Mercury used to be, do not play them on the fucking road. Their road record was terrible compared to their home record. But this year, they've been road warriors with Tibbetts and company. Shouts to Alyssa Thomas and Clea Copper. They have really changed the culture of the Phoenix Mercury this year.
Fellas, excellent breakdown of the WNBA. We have action. I'm still hesitant on the Dream.
You'll get there by the end of the night.
I think you should just go for the 10 and just call that shit a night. I mean, there'll be more games and more bets to be made throughout the week.
I was about to say, or just
grab 10 so you can say you hit 10 straight, then worry about the shit later. Because you
stick with the links. But one thing you should know is I sent this Dream Team total to Spoon and Wine Time. Like, I usually don't do that. So that's how much I like it. Like, I want the world to take the team total. Like, asking us to get to 85 and already cash stacks played at 1. I'm looking for a sweep. I need it.
I love it. Respect, my man. I will be in touch, fellas. Thank you for all the hard work that you put in. Our guy, Justin Mcelvy, will be shooting alongside Ramon Scott and Ron Crawford here shortly. You can get that at Tony's Picks.
30 minutes.
For all that you do for us, Justin. I'm going to pop your X handle in the chat. Please support our guy, Justin Mcelvy. Always selflessly looking for us to beat the books. And thank you for all you do for us, man. Justin, I'll pop your X handle in the chat. Any last words for Capper Sport in the show?
No, let's kill it today. Let's beat this WNBA up and let's wake up and do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, I not only have one play, but there's a game tomorrow. There's only one game on the slate. This line is just moving completely, and I'm probably going to end up betting that before some of these other games. This line opened up -2 for the Washington Mystics, +2 for the Golden State Valkyries, total 158.5, all the way down to 154.5, -115 juice. I think that might close even lower. I like the under in that game tomorrow, Amazon Prime video game.
Yeah, it's the solo game, isn't it? That's interesting. Yeah, I've got the 154.5 low with the Mystics -1 right now.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to move up on that game a little bit sooner than what I would really want to, because I didn't think that total would go down drastically already. I mean, it's already down 4 points. It's only going to keep on going down.
Great job. And great job, AM. Thank you for rocking with us. Let's roll. Let's give the our guy our guy Billy Brisbane. Brizzy, talk to us about this the UFC card. We have all Asian headlining, but that's not the most important thing in front of us. We have PFL tonight. So talk to us about PFL tonight and what's going on Saturday.
Yeah, me and Joey are going to be going live PFL tonight. We're going to preview the whole entire card from start to finish. It's literally in my backyard. I spent countless fucking nights at the casinos down there in Atlantic City. So I'm very excited. I got the camera ready. I don't know how to fucking montage videos and stuff like that, but no camera guy. So I'll be the camera guy for this weekend. We're going to get some banging ass content. So if you guys are down there in the chat and you guys want to hang out with me, Danny, Joey, and company, make sure you guys come down to Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall Friday. I should say Friday afternoon. It's really not Friday night. The fights start at 6:00 p.m. So get there early.
Respect, my man. Thank you for all that you do for us. Our guy, Billy Brisbane, in the house. I put his X handle in the chat. Please support our guy.
Billy, by the way, just send me those videos. I can put them together for you. No problem.
You are a good man, Jose. A terrible start to the MLB card for me. There's a chance here. We do have 6 more outs in the Orioles game. 9-8 Jays.
Oh, God. Did you see the strike call?
No, I just heard about it.
No, yeah, it was disgusting. It really pissed me off. Did you also hear that Gilbert Arenas got arrested?
No, for what?
Apparently, he was running a poker game, and that's obviously illegal. But there were like fucking Israeli terrorists, something like that. I don't know, something like that. But he got arrested for running a poker game, and apparently you can't really claim it's not your poker game when apparently on the felt of the table it had like Arenas poker, and it had his picture on it. So shout out to Gil.
I bet you he has a great poker game.
Yeah, I bet you it would be a fun time. It depends on the people that go, but I'm sure he would do it upright. Yeah, high stakes poker games for old Gilbert Arenas he was running.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Let's review action here, Jose, and put a bow on the proceedings. Do we know it's a White Sox game? I'll take a look at the beat writer. I'll find that out. But a very rough start. Now, this Pirates-Giants game is enormous for me, as it was yesterday. And it came through for me. I got the double up, and I'm going to need it now immediately. Get the double up. Maybe Orioles come back. Could be okay. I don't have a ton of MLB action left, which makes me uncomfortable. I wish I had more. But I do have the Padres at 410, so that could help. I have the Padres at 410. I've got the double up here, and the Giants. I got the Pirates first 3 plus a half, as well as the first 3 under 2. And then I might move on the first 3 under in Rangers, Angels. I have some interest in the Athletics, and I have interest in the Reds. I think I get to them. But again, when you start off, in arrears, I'm not sure. I don't want to reach. I want to be composed, so I'm going to take some time before I decide what to do. Then I'm on the Minnesota Lynx. Looking at action from our cappers in the chat, we have the I guess what's going on now? We have Cardinals -1 at +101 for Spooner, as well as the Rangers money line. Looks like Cubbies are going to get them off to a winning start. Flank stake play today, cashing for 9 legacy. Excellent work there.
When should I call for a cease and desist? When should I give him the copyright strike for the flank stake play of the day? Shout out to him. That's very funny. Still, I laugh at it.
Oh, nice. G tailed the WNBA. So that's 9 in a row, G. I'm pulling it out of the garbage. Jerry Davis, I'm on the Pirates first 3 plus a half at -130. I think Burrows pitches well. I hate saying that. But I really do. I think he pitched well. And I'm on the first 3 under 2 at -108. So these first 3 innings are very, very important. Then I'm on the Padres, and then I will add the action. Jose, please review your action, my friend.
Sure. Sorry, I'm over here just praying that Baltimore can come through for me here because I do not want to do push-ups. That would suck.
That's 2 out. Man.
Did he not run? That was a fair ball? Oh my god! It hit off the. Wow! What a garbage ass fucking roll. That's so disgusting. Orioles money line -123, Minnesota -119, White Sox first 5 money line -105, the Padres money line -115, Rockies first 5 +145. And the LA Angels money line +106.
Oh no, a lot of work. Tomorrow, though, we start with CFL and NFL football here with Bobano. I'm really excited about
a lot of breaking news tomorrow. Hopefully,
yes, we'll have a lot of that. I imagine
only like 3 baseball games. I think
just 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
just 3 and 1 in WNBA. So
should be a weird show. We're going to be bouncing all over the place.
We'll start with football. That's what's important.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then we'll attack those 3 games. We got 1 game WNBA. Jose Bouquet, my friend, thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you to all of you guys in the chat. Big Zoe, We Do, Jerry Davis, T. Moss, Jose Perez, Guillermo Zertucci, Swaggy. Big Nolex, yeah.
By the way, Griffin Jacks pitched for the Twins, didn't get an out. Fucking pitched horribly in his last appearance. Actually, I think he pitched the 8th. I don't remember now. He pitched terribly though. So very interesting. Another position player is pitching, but wow, what a bad. Didn't get an out. Yeah, Jesus for Jaxie. We'll see. And I like him a lot. So it'd be nice if he just walked over to the Boston bullpen after this game. But whatever. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem, my friend. And interesting. Gorky, young native Tino, AM, Timmy, Two Shoe, Irish King, Black Thor King, the chillest, Old E. Thank you guys for the memberships. Thank you to the Eldorado custodian, Jason Meyer, for the $20 donor to bless our action. Thank you to all of you guys. Now I got to turn this fucking thing around here, man. This happened to me yesterday. I hate that feeling. It's such a sick feeling. It's
disgusting.
But we can do it. We can
Sir
do it.
Anthony just shut him down there. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Good acquisition.
Gorky on the Argos money line in Winnipeg. That's wild, interesting. Gorky. The Argos were great cash for me. So easy. The +6. I could have got more money out of that, but can't wait to talk CFL. Can't wait to talk and have Gorky hearing his CFL action. And we got NFL tomorrow. It all comes through. Jose, can you please bless our action and lead us into the future?
Yeah. I'm excited to get into all the action today. Got to turn around an early deficit, but let's have it. Gotta have it. It's gonna be a fun time today. So let's go out there, make some money, and let's leche a los bookmakers.